We don't have like a special live from Hollywood opening.
No, we don't have anything.
No,
we have nothing. Two tired idiots.
We made the one guy who works here come in early. Yeah. Everybody must hate us around here. So we're live from the LA studios. Jason Ellis was nice enough to let us use his studio, which is definitely the nicest studio in this facility.
He has, like, in the LA facility, he has the Howard wing of the LA facility.
Which, the LA facility is not the New York facility, but this studio is nice even by New York standards.
Yeah, this is a great studio. It's got all his
stuff in it. There's a cool couch in it and everything. But, nobody is in this building. So Jim and I got here. We actually, and Travis, the Tef box is live at home, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, woof, woof.
Good.
Now, I need you to know that we were responsible. We left at we got here at 4:30. But it was so complicated getting up here because nobody is here.
And Sam's Uber didn't come, by the way. LA stinks for Uber. We waited 7 minutes in the lobby.
To be fair, LA stinks for Uber at 4:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily, I don't know how many Uber drivers are out at 4:15.
Not many.
No.
7 minutes we stood in the lobby like two dopes, and then Sam canceled it because the guy was lost.
It's better in the city, right? Uber keeps running at all hours in the city.
Yeah, they just don't stop.
Right.
I've never had a 7-minute wait for an Uber.
Well, I found out the hard way this morning. LA is the city that sleeps.
It sure does. Well, LA likes a good nap.
So,
we're tired.
So we ended up waking up a cab driver and getting in the cab.
There's cigarette ashes on the fucking back seat. He's just sitting there smoking, wheezing the whole time.
It was great because he's so... You ever feel unwanted by a cab driver?
I've felt that way about everyone. Yes, I have.
Many people that you come across in your life?
Yes, I've never felt anything but.
So instead of we knocked on the window because he was just sitting there in front of the hotel and we were like, this is stupid. We could have done this originally instead of waiting for this Uber that was just making loops in some for whatever place. And we knock on his window. And instead of just unlocking the door, he rolls down the window to say, well, what do you guys want? And Jim had to go, well, we want a ride, mister.
Yeah.
We need to have a ride. Oh, okay.
We had walked by him, and I think he thought maybe they were shady characters.
Yeah, you and I look like really shady characters.
Yeah, well, you never know at 4 a.m.
That's true.
We could be like a twink gang.
Yeah.
Who seduces men and then robs them.
I do. Probably at 4:30 in the morning, I probably look a little bit like Bubbles from from The Wire.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah.
I don't know. I look like that, and because you're with me, he's like, oh, I don't know what fucking...
There's two queers.
This bald guy's angle is, but I don't want any part of it.
Yeah, we walked by him and then we came back, so he probably thought we were up to something.
So we got in the cab, and he's like, well, where are you going? And it took him 4 times before he got the address right because he's exhausted.
And he's very old.
Yeah, he's old. He kept rubbing his face. When you're tired and you just rub all parts of your face like it's going to help?
Yeah.
He was doing that the entire time he was driving us. And I think probably when he woke up for this ridiculous shift, the last thing that he wanted to do was hear Chip Chipperson in the backseat of the cab unrelenting.
Yeah, it was bad. It was not good.
The one reason that you drive a cab overnight, the one reason why you're driving at 4:30 in the morning is because you don't want to make small talk with the passengers. That's the one time of day where you don't run the risk of a passenger making small talk because nobody feels like making small talk at that hour.
No, they're either going to the airport, they're going to a job that they hate, or they're hungover drunk going home and they're too fucked up to talk.
Right.
But very rarely does somebody at that hour get in and feel wide awake and want to just chat with you.
But Chip doesn't sleep.
No, he
That's
doesn't.
what people don't realize. So he got, what was the first thing that
I don't remember. It was some stupid question.
Yeah, he started, oh, that's right. Chip asked the cab driver, and this was when the cab driver was still acknowledging him, so it was early on. Oh. He asked the cab driver, do you think there'll be a lot of traffic? And the cab driver went, no, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. What are you thinking?
I may have it.
Is that right?
I think I taped it. It was not good. I'll play the opening line. I don't want to play all Chip.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How do you think traffic is going to be, sir?
Now?
Yeah.
No traffic, my friend.
Yeah, it's the middle of the thing.
It's 4 o'clock, 4:30.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
What are you talking about?
So early, the birds ain't even up.
That's right.
Heard what I said?
Did you hear him mumble? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh, he was fucking miserable.
And then, like, that was when the social cue came. That would be the end. The beginning, middle, and end. That was the entire interaction that the cab driver had with Chip.
Oh, it was awful.
But Chip, like it was somebody's past, would not leave him alone. He goes, puts his signal on. He's turning a right. Once again, it is 4:30 in the morning. And Chip just shouts from the back seat, "What are you turning right?"
Yeah, we making a right. Yeah, the guy, he couldn't even humor us at that point.
He didn't answer.
He was fucking very... But when you get into the car and there's cigarette ashes all over the back seat, you know he's just been sitting there smoking.
Yeah.
Because the car smelled like cigarettes and he's wheezing the whole time. He's just at the end.
He is.
He's at the end.
He's like, I'll do the job so nobody thinks I'm not doing a job, but I'll just park outside the hotel in the middle of the night when nobody's there.
Yeah, he probably catches a few hours of sleep or he catches an hour here or there. He wanted nothing to do with us.
I think my worst cab experience, and it took me a while to just acknowledge to myself that that is what it was and you need to get over it, because I was forever... That's why I didn't say anything at the time, because I was like, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it. It was when we were all in Chicago. And we were just, it was at night. Remember we went up at night?
Is this when Anthony got in trouble for going down when we were leaving, when he did when he pretended to limp, the guy called him back?
No, that was Vegas.
No, that was Chicago.
I think it was Vegas.
I remember, guarantee it was Midway. It was O'Hare Airport.
Was it?
Yeah, it might not have been that trip.
But I remember when he did it. He got caught. But no, we got in a cab, and it was like there was like a whole bunch of us, and we had to separate, but we had to sit in the front seat. Like, we packed these cabs. And so I sat in the front seat, and I was moving the guy's stuff over. And I grabbed his water bottle, like his beverage, and I moved it over, and it was like warm. And I looked down at the bottle, and it was like, it was yellow.
Oh, no.
And it was one of those liter or whatever, like one of the big bottles of water with the wide mouth on it.
Oh.
And so in my head, like, just because I couldn't admit to myself, I was like, oh, it must be emergency. Like, it must be just water that he poured something, and it must be like a vitamin water mix that's like turns yellow.
That's warm.
That's warm. Yeah. Oh, it must have been on the floor, except now it's on the seat, but before it must have been on the floor, like where the motor is or whatever.
You moved the warm piss of a Chicago cabbie in a bottle.
Yeah, it was this piss bottle. And then the more after that, I noticed every time, like a longtime cabbie or a truck driver or anyone described their piss bottle, and they all have them.
The wide mouth.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, of
and
course.
I just picked it up and moved it for him. And you just felt like just the grip and the warmth just penetrate your palm.
Yeah.
And in that moment, but you don't want to say.
You're holding his piss.
And the cab driver, I remember, gave me this look like, all right, if you want to move that, go ahead.
If you want to handle it.
He wasn't embarrassed by it.
No, he didn't care.
No. He realized that if one person was to be embarrassed by that back and forth, it was me.
I wonder because they have to piss somewhere. They absolutely have to do it, so they have to have a bottle with them, and they probably just pull over and fucking take a quick whiz.
Yeah, just find some. This one was full.
Yeah.
It was a big, full bottle. It was obviously the end of his shift, and he had just spent the afternoon pissing in a bottle so I could grab it.
I used to have to ride around at times with it. I would never have a bottle. I would always have a big cup, like a big plastic cup from the Comedy Cellar. This is back 2004. If I knew I was going to go out and do a little riding around, say, you bring yourself a giant wide mouth cup so you can pull over. But it was always uncomfortable.
So you were looking at, when you were driving around looking for dates?
Yeah.
Or whatever?
I would always have a piss cup, yeah.
Because it would take that long?
No, because, for a while, but you don't want to stand outside and risk getting arrested either.
Yeah.
So you have to pull over. And I could never do it sitting, so I would have to put your feet on against the floorboard, and then turn to the left, so you have a little bit of relax, so you're not feeling you're not sitting. You're actually, your body is straight, and you're kind of stretching to the side. And you hold your dick to the side. It was awful.
Yeah.
And then you half fill it. Stop.
I didn't realize there was that much window shopping going on that it took any amount of time. I figured after an hour.
That's a long time, and you have to pee.
Yeah, I mean, if you piss before you go out for dates.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, I go a lot.
But then again, personal responsibility is probably not the lesson to be learned in that scenario.
Exactly. Yeah, that was not the most well thought out evening. I saw Logan recently, and I probably pissed 13 times during. I just can't not. So if you're driving a taxi, you have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And people aren't going to let you.
The one time I was driving home, I think I had just gone out to eat or something after work, and took advantage of wherever we were having free refills, and I just got in the car and drove because I don't piss that often, and I have a good strong bladder.
I'll say you do.
I have a man's bladder.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
You can't see. Stop looking at my crotch.
I know you have a man's bladder in there, floating around doing man things.
But I told the story on the air after it happened, but I had to piss so bad, like I realized like this is gonna happen. Whether I want to or not, I was in pain. It was bad, and I had like one of those Nalgene bottles. So
what's Nalgene?
It's like one of the it's just like a reusable water bottle, you know. And so I pulled off the road and found like a hospital type, not like a big hospital, but one of those nursing center type places, and just pulled around back and parked, and just started trying to piss in this bottle, but I didn't know how to do it. I've never done it before. I just pissed all over my pants in the car seat.
Why didn't you know how to do it? How do you miss that? It's at the end of a bottle in your dick. It fits perfect.
Well, I thought I could aim it in, and so there was space.
Oh my God! Why?
Because it wasn't that wide.
Oh,
like it wasn't that wide, so I thought I would just like aim the stream, and I ended up getting piss all over my pants.
that's very satisfying.
Sam.
And all over the car seat. Yeah,
We're looking at the bottle online.
the Nalgene bottle.
Yeah, the opening is huge. How do you miss?
Oh, fucking Sam's packing. That was Sam's humble brag.
You don't understand.
It's a massive opening.
I couldn't use it with this narrow, large coffee cup from Dunkin' Donuts. My dick wouldn't fit.
There's actually a thermos. You don't understand how thick I am. No, I don't know.
Ew, you big girthy head. Yuck.
I think it was I thought that the way to do it was to create space. After I realized that you didn't.
That's how you save a relationship. Not how you piss in a bottle in the car.
After I realized, like, I did end up pushing it too, and you know, doing it properly, but it was way too late. And then I thought I could keep it a secret. You know, I didn't have to tell Jess because it was the afternoon.
Sure.
But I didn't know how to not make my car smell like piss. So I had to call her, and I was like, Jess, and she was like, yeah. I was like, how do you get pee out of fabric, like out of canvas? And she was like, what are you talking about? And I was like out of a car seat. And it was before we had a dog. I couldn't even.
You couldn't blame the dog.
I couldn't even go in that direction.
No.
She was like, well, how did you get? I was like, I was trying to piss in a bottle. It's a long story. And I had to tell her that.
Were you married by this point?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this wasn't that long ago.
I wonder if that was one of those look in the mirror moments for Jess after she got off the phone. Like, what am I doing? Like, I married a man who just called me and asked me how to get his own urine out of the seat.
I have to instruct my husband
how to get piss out
how
of
to
the
get
car.
his piss out of his car
Why
seat.
is this happening to me?
Yeah. It's bad. It's clean now. She told me what products to get, and they worked.
What did she tell you to get?
It was like they were like animal. Like you go to Bed Bath and Beyond, and you get piss remover, and it takes out the odors and everything. It took a couple of scrubbings, but
I never did that. I never pissed in the car like that. I've gotten it in the cup, but you got to bring a big cup and prepare. You know, you're going to be uncomfortable.
yeah, I was unprepared.
Yeah.
That was the thing. I didn't realize that I was unprepared, and I made a fool of myself.
This trip, it's funny. Sam came in last night. I mean,
I came in just now.
I didn't. Oh yeah. And I saw you in the lobby. I didn't realize that I was almost doing the show by myself. We're on ICN.
Oh my God. Oh, I was so stressed out. So I actually, and I didn't text anybody at home. Like I didn't tell Travis or Adrian. I thought I was going to have to, but I did text Don because I thought I was going to miss my flight. So yes, so I took I thought I was taking the last flight out of New York. I thought I was on the 10:55 flight.
You told me the 10:55 because I thought of you, and I was like, okay, well, he left at 7:55 LA time,
Right.
So he'll be here. But I was just trying to
Right.
figure out when you were getting there. I was
So
going to meet you at the airport with flowers.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, I just decided I was tired.
Even yeah, well, that proves what the sentiment behind the flowers would be, and not much.
It wouldn't have been anything.
Not much. But I thought I was taking the 10:55 flight out here because my plan was to I was going to a WWE show yesterday afternoon at the Garden, which got out at like 5:30, so that wasn't an issue one way or the other. But I had already planned on going to that. Brock Lesnar was going to be there. John Cena was going to be there. I'm not going to miss it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
You know. So I went to that, and that was all good, and I got home.
Get to watch Brock for an hour. That must have been great.
Well, it was not a televised match. So Brock, even though he fought his match,
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar's match was under 60 seconds.
Wow.
Brock was in and out.
Was that the final match or no?
No, it was the match before intermission. It was almost like
They have intermission?
Yeah.
Was it crowded at the Garden?
yeah, it was packed. It was full. It was sold out. It was almost like, hey, everybody, you get to see Brock Lesnar. Like, that's what you're buying tickets
Okay.
for. Because he does this thing where he does a huge number of suplexes in a match. Like, he'll do 20-plus suplexes in a single match, and the crowd counts along, and it's this whole thing. So he's wrestling this guy, Kevin Owens, and he hits the third suplex. And everybody's like, oh, my God, how many is he going to do? Just the three.
He just did 3.
He just did 3 suplexes, yeah.
And then he smothered him and that was it?
Yeah, well, yeah, he did 3 suplexes. He put him in his finisher and then pinned him 1, 2, 3. That's it.
When he started with the finisher, you're like, oh boy, this is going to be fast.
I kind of realized. I was like, yeah, even in the beginning, I was like, Brock knows this isn't pay-per-view. He's not there to... He's not making any agreements to break a sweat.
He's not going to put on a huge show.
No. He'll be there. Everybody will get to see him. You get to see a couple suplexes. You get to see the finisher, and then good night, everybody.
That's it.
Right back home. Right back to the farm. He was probably in New York for a grand total of 6 hours or whatever.
You don't think he stayed for a couple days and did press promoting it?
I don't think so, no.
No, okay.
There wasn't a lot of promotion. I know that there was no offer to the Sam Roberts Wrestling Podcast to have Brock Lesnar come on and promote the show.
Would you have had him on?
Would I have accepted the interview request? Depending on timing.
Yeah, it worked
depending
out.
on timing, but probably.
Well, we also didn't know if you were going to be able. We when we were doing this. Well, you originally said you might have. There was a wrestling thing that might have happened back
because-
in New York.
And part of going to that wrestling show was also there were some people from a movie studio that I promised I would go with because they're working on something and I had to educate them to what was going on. I mean, that's why it became this sort of work commitment thing as well.
Yeah.
So, but that was fine too. So, but the flight was booked and everything.
Well, I'm just glad you could come because I didn't. I thought I might be on ISDN with you guys in New York because if you had this, what were you supposed to do? Is a town hall with some wrestlers? Possibly.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Sirius had that thing going, but that they're pushing that off until later. But no. I was glad I got to come out here. So I went home, and one of the good things about having Don Wickland running our channel is that he really makes trips like this like foolproof. Like we can honestly, you and I do as adults do so little on these trips. Like we get our plane ticket and our hotel reservation, like that just gets sent. Like he does it for us, and it's awesome.
Well, I got to lug the talent here for myself. I got to be honest. I had to pack an extra bag of talent, and I got to put it in the damn. Don can't do that.
That's not pretentious.
No. Yeah, Don does the little shit, but the talent I bring from New York.
And don't you forget it. Can't let anybody else have a moment to shine.
But yeah, these do go pretty flawlessly as far as getting out here. And I always have. I actually came through it, and Sirius didn't pay more because I'm doing Netflix promotion. But with Kenny and with him, it's like it's
pretty amazing.
You don't realize how many things you don't have to do until you have to plan a trip, and you're like, oh fuck.
And it's just all ready for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
It's
Don has done a
amazing.
good job.
It's amazing. He treats us like the little babies that we are, and we accept it.
A couple of delicate queens.
So I just kind of, and that's to say why this is all my fault. 100% of it. I just saw that there was an email from JetBlue with my trip on it, and I was like, all right, we're done. We're all set. Never bothered to really like.
You didn't see what seat you were in, or
no? I just figured I'm all good. I don't care what seat I'm in as long as I'm on the plane. And
what if you're in the middle?
Don wouldn't put me in the middle. He's good about that. So I trusted Don on it, and I should have.
What seat were you in?
I was on. Not only was I not. I was on a window seat with extra legroom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So so I had my ride coming to pick me up for the airport, and it was like 8:15 last night when I had that happening, and I figured I'll leave at like 8:30. Flight's at 10:55. Plenty
Perfect.
of time.
Yeah,
Probably get some food before the flight.
Sunday night, not a whole lot of traffic. Probably going to the airport.
Right. Until I was like, you know what? Let me do the responsible thing. Right before I get to the airport, let me check into my flight. And that's when I saw I was on the 9:55 flight.
So you were an hour
And I was like,
off.
Fuck. I was like, all right.
Did you have a moment of panic?
It wasn't like panic, but it was like, oh, Jess, I just realized I'm on the 9:55. And she was like, tonight? And I was like, yeah, I'll still make it, right? She was like, yeah. And I figured I would. I mean, I'm not that far away
How
from the airport.
far were you when you realized it?
Well, I hadn't left the house yet.
Oh, you were still home.
Yeah.
And it was like 8:15.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you couldn't check in 90 minutes before because you, or maybe it
I
was.
checked in, but I just checked in on my phone and said I'll print the boarding pass when I got there. So it let me check in, but that's when I noticed the flight, right? So I got my ride to the airport. I get to the airport at like 9:15. Maybe it was a little before 9:15. And I was like, okay, we're good as long as security isn't terrible.
Oof.
Like I just rush through and get there. And I get to the kiosk to print out my boarding pass, and they're like, "You're gonna have to see a person." And I'm like, and I put in my thing again. I tried like 3 times, and every form of identification, confirmation number, flight number, you're gonna have to see a person. I was like, oh fuck. So I just went to one of the people that are on the floor, and I was like, hey man, you know, I got this flight. It's at 9. I'm on the 9:55. I'm checked in, but I don't have a boarding pass. This machine won't print it out. And he goes, oh, because you know the flight closes at 9. At 45 minutes before the flight.
So at 9:10 it closed.
Right. And it's like literally before 9:15. I mean, minutes after 9:10.
You just missed it, yeah.
And I had no idea the flight closed at 45 minutes. I thought like 30 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. I didn't know 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So I go, well, what can I do? He's like, let me find you. You got to talk to somebody at the desk. And he put me he pointed me where the shortest line was. And he was cool. But then I get to this woman who's in front of the shortest line. She's like, yeah, can I help you? I'm like, I'm on the 9:55 flight. I need this boarding pass printed. I'm already checked in. I just need the pass printed so I can get through. And she goes, well, it's closed. She goes, it's 9:15. The flight closes 45 minutes before. And I go, yeah, I'm already checked in. Like I'm checked.
Right, I'm checked in.
I'm checked in. I just need the thing printed so I can get through security.
Could you show it on your phone?
No, because I didn't click the thing, and then I went back to it, like click the thing that says "Give me a virtual."
Oh, and you couldn't even print it at home at that point.
I don't have a printer at home. I wouldn't have done it.
You don't have a printer at home?
It's 2017. You know.
You gotta have a printer.
I don't have a printer. I don't.
How do you have a printer?
It takes up space.
When you do red eye, you got to use print notes.
And do it on my phone.
Ugh.
Yeah. No, I don't print.
I love having a printer.
Yeah. No.
You need one.
For what?
For your boarding pass.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't miss planes.
So she goes, I hated this woman. Because halfway through my conversation, she started a conversation with somebody else. I'm like, miss, how do I get on the plane? And she's like, well, if you want a boarding pass, you're going to have to wait on this line. But if you wait on this line, I guarantee you won't make the flight. And that's the most help that she would give me.
So this JetBlue woman, so she didn't print your boarding pass?
No, the JetBlue woman who was like the guard of the line to wait for people at the desk.
Right.
Was like, no, you have to wait on this line to get your boarding pass printed. And if you wait on this line, you're going to miss your flight. So do what you want to do. The worst person I've ever encountered in that moment. Couldn't have been less helpful.
Yeah, Jesus.
Like, and not only was she not helpful, but she was like, you're like a dream crusher. She was a destroyer of hope.
Yeah, she was.
She wouldn't even like let me have my Home Alone moment where I'm running to the gate and I realized I'd forgotten Kevin because I was in such a rush, but I got on the flight. She was like, it's not going to happen.
So you had 2 choices. You can wait in this line and miss your flight, or you can stand here and miss your flight.
Exactly.
Well, those are shit choices.
Yeah, that's what she was giving me. There was not even like, oh, you know what you might want to do is wait on the line and maybe you can get standby on this flight. She just looked at, like that was it.
She couldn't put you. Oh wait, so she couldn't just put you through to the first class agent or something like.
Or just go to another desk and just print the thing out.
Yeah.
It was just a printing thing. And so I was like, well, then let me on the line. She's like, okay. And she moved her little ribbon so I could get on the line. And I'm sitting there waiting on the line, and it was a short line, but there was only 3 desks open, and everybody at the desks were taking a really long time.
Were you noticing each one, like they were putting the stuff back in their bag?
It was just person after person arguing about bag check fees. They're like, what's your third bag? Third bag's $100. Well, can it be a carry-on? No, it's too big for a carry-on. And it would just go forever. It's 15 minutes I'm on the line. It's now 9:30, 9:35.
And you still haven't gone through security?
No, I haven't even got a boarding pass printed. I'm waiting on this line to just talk to somebody to say, do something, please. And so at that point, like I called Jess, who has, done travel for people before because she used to be an assistant back in the day. And I was like, what do I do here? And she's like, I mean, all you can just wait for somebody and ask them what you can do. Try to get on standby somewhere, and if you can't, come home, don't sleep in the airport, get on ISDN, and then get on the first flight after the show tomorrow.
So she basically told you what that lady could have told you minus the ISDN thing. Like that
Right.
lady could have just said, look, you can try this, then maybe do standby for the next flight. That's all you can do.
Right.
So basically your wife at home with the baby gave you the JetBlue information that the lady wouldn't
Right.
give you. Okay.
And my wife is sitting there whispering on the phone because she doesn't want the infant to go into
to know what a dope his dad is.
She thinks 3 weeks is too young to find out. Dad can't read.
yeah. Dad doesn't know how to print something. Dad doesn't have a printer. Oh, humiliating. Poor boy.
Right, it's a real tough argument. Who needs a printer? You.
You do. Poor little Edgar.
So I'm like, all right. And I texted Don. I'm like, look, dude, I'm going to wait this thing out, but I might have to call you.
Right.
You know, long story short, here's a little bit of what happened, but blah, blah, blah. And so I go, okay. And I finally get to see a person. And I've probably been on the line close to 20 minutes. It's 9:35, if not after.
You're in front of me and I'm feeling stressed. Like I know you made it
Dude.
because I'm looking at you.
I was so stressed. Because it's also like, if I do the show tomorrow via ISDN, it's what we were trying to avoid anyway. And we have guests coming in here. And am I really going to fly out to LA on Monday afternoon?
Sure.
So I'm there Tuesday morning to fly out Wednesday after. Like,
It's crazy,
It
yeah.
doesn't make any sense anymore. Plus, like, I would, if somebody told me, hey, Sam, remember I told you I was flying out while I missed my flight, I'd be like, what a fucking asshole you
Of course. I would have said the same thing.
Of course.
That's all I'd be saying right now.
Yeah.
Is I was out here looking at no one or just looking at the board op's legs as he came in because I would not know how to do. Today, by the way, we're back in normal. Sam is at the because he knows how to work the board. And this is when we came in, Sam's like, do you want to sit here or there? I'm like, where do you want to go? He's, there's probably going to be extra stuff to do today. And you knew that would get me to go, okay. You were right.
Maybe I'll sit back here. But like, what am I going to do? Go back to New York and like yell at Adrian when he doesn't do something? And then he goes like, hey, boss, were you supposed to be in LA today?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
oh, did you miss your flight, boss? Oh, who's irresponsible?
Yeah, you really wouldn't have a leg to stand on, even though Adrian would defend you to the death.
Of course he would.
He's
I
listening
remember.
right now. He's probably right now writing an angry email to JetBlue on behalf of the boss.
But I'll tell you who would have loved it. D-Bag. Next time I'm like, hey, D-Bag, if you're on time, you're late. And he'd be like, really? Like at the airport?
Oh yeah,
Fuck you.
yeah. He will remember it too.
Oh, yeah, he will.
That snide little boy.
So I get up to the lady at the desk, and I'm like, I can't take out frustrations on myself, because at that point, I'm mad at myself most of all. But I'm mad at myself and that fucking lady at the
Yeah,
front
that
of the line.
bitch.
Yes.
She sucked.
Yes.
I'm mad for you.
Yeah. Horrible cunt she was.
She was
She really was. So,
not helpful.
no. I don't even know why she would work there.
Disinterested in your plight.
And miserable in her position in life.
Sometimes you just want someone to pretend they care about your plight. You knew it wasn't her fault. You knew she could fix it. But for her to go, oh my God, I hope you make it. Good luck.
Right.
That's all.
Let me be responsible for the bad news. Don't be the person who's like, hey, idiot. You're
Yeah.
not going to make it anyway. Why
JetBlue, BLEW. Go on now.
So I made it to the desk finally, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm checked into the 9:55 JetBlue flight to LA. I need a boarding pass printed out. I know the flight's closed. What can you do to get me to Los Angeles tonight? Anything.
Yeah.
And she goes, what's your name? And she's like, she doesn't have any attitude, but she's so calm.
Yeah.
And just like, okay, let's see. Roberts, oh, okay, let me see. And she just slowly picks up the phone and calls the gate agent and whatever. And she's like, okay, we're going to print out your boarding pass. And you've got, the more speed thing, because if you're in the legroom seat, you get to skip some of the security line or whatever. So that should help. But she goes, but once you're past security, go straight to that gate. I'm like, okay, miss. I said, okay, thank you. I love you.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It just came out.
I understand.
Like, I was just so grateful for her. I was like, okay, thank you. I love you. And like, walked away.
Yeah, she gave you the good news. I understand.
Right. But then I get to security and I'm like, all right, even more speed.
Sure.
Nobody's on the security line. Clear path to the metal detectors, except there's no person sitting at the desk to check your ID and your ticket, and the ribbon's shut. And they're just like, you guys just stand there. And the miscreant, the plebeian line that doesn't have even more speed, that's moving. But our line is literally just at a standstill.
How many people are on the other line?
On the other one,
Yeah.
it's long.
It's long.
It was too long for me to double back. And so I had to tell TSA agent, I'm like, miss, I'm on a 9:55 flight. Is there, again, no attitude. Is there anything you can do for me?
Please help me. Yeah.
Right. And she goes, oh, just wait here just a second. And she did. She finally opened up the thing. And so what I did was they do the more speed line. Right next to it is the handicap line. And there was an old woman in a wheelchair that had gotten there right before me, but it was 2 lines next to each other.
Oh, I hope you put spokes in a fucking stick in her spokes.
I stepped in front of the woman in the wheelchair.
Good for you.
Yeah, of course I did. But then the gate agent was like, hey, where'd you come from? And I'm like, I'm online. And like the people with the lady in the wheelchair were like, yeah, we were here first. And it was like, like this big like Jamaican family with an old woman in a wheelchair. And the guy was like, no, and he just reached around me and got their tickets.
Oh,
I was like, oh, God damn it.
They couldn't give you a break. Well, they didn't know. They just thought you were some fucking white guy cut in line. They were like, enough of this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Her legs are no good. Hey, old turnip legs was here first. The one we were waiting on him, white boy, jump in. The woman can't even walk. Them sneakers ain't had dirt on them. Them brand new from 1997.
They were probably complaining about me the whole flight.
Oh, of course they were.
Who does he think he is?
Nah, what the fuck they just said? They're talking about on the plane.
Wah. Who are they shouting about?
Yeah, they don't. We make him wait. So the Jamaican family went first.
Yeah, and then the TSA agent who had seen me before saw what was going on. And she was like, oh. And she took my stuff and did it at another desk.
Okay.
So she was cool. And then she gave it back to me. And then I could go through the metal detector and everything. And I was like, please, God, just don't stop me. Like, and that was the one place where there wasn't a delay. And so I just rushed forward. I got to the gate. I got on the plane. Of course, since I got there when I got there, absolutely no overhead room.
Oh, right.
So they're like, we're going to have to check this bag. And I was like, yeah, fine. At that point, I was on the plane.
You didn't care. You were on the plane.
And then I was like, well, are you going to give me a ticket or something for the bag? And he was like, yeah, I'll either give you a white receipt, or if I don't give you one, just pick it up at baggage claim. And so at that point, I was like, I'm sure. Like, well, what if my bag gets lost?
Yeah, what are they going to do? It's, hey, hello, the airline? It's a black bag.
Yeah,
You're supposed to make it to L.A. It didn't make it.
No, I don't know what the tag says on it.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was like, maybe I lost everything. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Care.
You don't
I don't
care.
care. I'm just going to fly to L.A. now.
Your fucking luggage and the chocks from her wheelchair somewhere in the wrong airport.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit there getting upset over my bag being missing when I've got wheelchair tire treads over my shoes. Like, I probably deserve something to happen to me.
Yeah, we were here first. Oh, don't you know? First of all, look, not to besmirch the handicap, but you guys get to cut the line every time at the airport.
Yeah.
They wheel you right through, and no one wants to. Every time I want to go, hey. These are tired, and point at my legs.
And let's take a wild guess. Take a leap of faith. Which one of us do you think is going to pass through quicker?
I have a feeling that you're going to zip through.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be metal with her.
Right. Mainly the device that allows her to be mobile at all anymore. Yeah.
How mad were you at her?
Oh, I hated her.
I don't blame you.
I hated her. I was mad. I was, at that point, I wish she had lost motion in her arms, too. The legs weren't enough for me anymore.
Yeah, that's a shitty trip. You handled it well, though.
I couldn't stand her. Yeah, in the moment, luckily, like in that moment, I was panicking and stressed out like crazy and everything. And then when I got on the plane, I was like, fuck yes.
Did you sleep at all on the plane?
A little bit, not much, maybe an hour.
I can never sleep on the plane. I flew to Portland. It was a 6-hour flight. It's longer than LA because you have to go up into Canada a little bit because of the arc of the planet, and it's a weird trip.
The what of the planet?
The arc of the planet, like the curve.
Okay, believe what you want to
I
believe.
thought of those guys while I was on that. I was just looking at the
whatever
map.
you say, Jim.
You look at the map, and I see that we're in Canada because Wi-Fi drops out. It was a 6-hour flight. I was just wide awake.
Apparently, gullible is spelled J-I-M. Sure. The curvature, right? The arc. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but so is being in good shape is spelled G-Y-M, so... So it's a fucking 6-hour flight. Be wide awake.
Yeah.
Not a moment of sleep.
Plus, I was sitting next to a weird Russian woman who...
Well, where was she going so fast? I'm in a cute mood. You get it?
I got what you're saying.
All right.
But she was like I don't know, she was so impressed by everything that she's in the middle seat, and I made the mistake of leaving the window open during takeoff. And so she was like, "Oh, may I take a picture?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she had her whole body leaning across me with her phone up to the
you get a
window.
rod?
No.
Oh.
With her phone up to the window. So she could take a picture. And I was like, "Hey, take a picture of this."
Yeah, exactly. Put your elbow on it.
Yeah. Lean over. Go lower. Go lower. Yeah.
Yeah, so you made it. But the worst part is when that happens, now you got to walk and wait at baggage claim. And
Right.
then you're like, fuck, I could have been on the road.
Yeah. I mean, at that
How long
point,
do you have to wait?
Probably 20 minutes.
What time did you land?
It was 1...
Oh, that's earlier than I thought.
It was almost 2 o'clock LA time.
So,
But at that, it's not like I was going back to the hotel and sleep.
you went back to the hotel, though.
I did. I just put my stuff down at the hotel.
Oh, you haven't slept?
No.
Oh, okay. Did you get a car?
Yeah.
You had to rent a car, too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sam.
Yeah, I had to take oh, it was so creepy, too. I can't imagine being a woman traveling alone in...
What do you think you were?
Traveling alone in weird hours, because for some reason at the car rental place, the car that they gave me, they tell you what spot it's in.
Right.
It was the one furthest away possible. So I was just like walking around this dark outdoor parking lot alone. Just the most amount of time possible. It was the shadiest thing.
So when you left the air, it is shady. And when you leave you walk off the plane. How long from the time you walked off the plane, when you could have just jumped into a cab or an Uber, but you had to wait for your bag and then go rent the car? How long till you were actually driving to the hotel? How long was that whole process in the airport? Half hour?
No, because I had to take a shuttle to the car rental. So it's probably at least 45 minutes.
You could always have them bring the rental car to the hotel.
Yeah, I guess, but
in the morning.
At that point, once I landed, I had time. I didn't have to be here until, I didn't have to meet you in the lobby until 4:20.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing that
Chip enjoyed writing.
Yeah. The address to this place that we're at right now here in LA at the Sirius studio is 6420 Wilshire. And so I was like, yeah, we're going to 6420 Wilshire, 6420. I kept telling the guy 6420, and then Chip had to point out 420.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Cab driver didn't respond.
No, he didn't get it. He didn't get it. He's laughing. Wow, I didn't realize what a treacherous trip you had.
I got here.
Yeah.
I'm like, the flight was fine. Everything was fine once I actually got on the plane.
This studio, too, to do shows from here, which we're doing this because I'm promoting the special tomorrow. So Sam came out and, as opposed to me being out here on ISDN, which we would have done if we had to.
Yeah, sure.
Which we prefer not to. But
we
this
like to look in each other's eyes as we broadcast.
It's much easier.
Yeah.
I mean, so what? We fight the urge to lean over and just do what men do when they're alone.
Which is?
Arm wrestle.
Oh.
Our noses touch. Chins touch. Whatever happens.
Play volleyball like in Top Gun.
I just bit my teeth.
Jim bit because he is dangerous.
And we come to this facility and we don't have... We just took an Uber here, or we took the cab because there's no fucking... Parking deck's not open yet.
Oh, yeah.
There's no valet, so you can't park the car.
Oh, yeah.
We come in, we can't get in. Our Sirius IDs do not work for this building to get into the building. So the guy lets us into the building. He's like, what floor? We don't know. He goes, but you're Sirius employees. Like, he thinks we're lying now.
Yeah. So, we go because... Yeah, so we have Sirius IDs, but we don't have building IDs. So we can get into the Sirius part, but we can't get into the building. So we go to the guy.
We say, hey, we want to go up to Sirius.
And I mean, it was also shady because we forgot what floor Sirius was on.
That's what he goes, what do you do? We're Sirius employees. Okay, we sign in. And then he goes, I go, what floor? He goes, but you're Sirius employees.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't remember.
He wanted to go, you fucking white liars.
Yeah.
Fucking lying crackers.
And then we're like, we can't get up the elevator because you got to scan your ID card again.
And that's a building thing as opposed to the Sirius XM thing.
Yeah.
But he was more reasonable. I'm like, sir, we got to be on the air in 15 minutes. And he was like, okay. And he actually was nicer than the New York guy would have been. He actually took our word for it. And he let us up, and then these IDs worked. And the only person in this entire floor is the board op.
Chris, the board op.
Works for Jason, I guess. But there's no one else in this facility.
No, he doesn't work for Jason. He just is a general.
Oh, he's just a board op for this. They have two board ops in L.A., one who's away on vacation. So this guy is the only Los Angeles board op.
Right.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
There's no one in this facility.
Yeah, we were worried. We walked in, we were like, because usually, like last time we were here, you guys remember, we started at 8 a.m. LA time.
Yeah.
Because our show was still on at 11 a.m. Now Jason's on at 11 a.m. So he starts at 8 a.m. LA time. So we don't have that option to go live then. When we came in at 8 a.m., it was like the engineer, who's great. The LA engineer was here. It was like there were people around.
Yeah, there was already Jason. Was he on the air already or yeah?
Yeah, Jason was in his studio. We were in a different studio. The talent person was here. Like everybody, it was all gravy. But I guess we kind of forgot that nobody comes to work at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Nobody does, and they can't. Like at least this place makes you appreciate the New York facility because of the amount of people that they're there. Even when it's a ghost crew,
Well,
there's always somebody there who can help you.
And it's not just a lot of people. There's a lot of hustle and there's a lot of bustle.
I like the H&B. I like a little H&B.
You do.
But I like the fact that there's more than one engineer there.
Yeah.
So if there's a problem here, we're fucking in trouble.
Yeah, there's 0 engineers here.
There's none. We want to pre-tape. We want to pre-tape maybe tonight for tomorrow morning because we might be able to get a couple comedians on and just, do that. And I have a grueling day of press tomorrow. So I was like, yeah, we'll do it and then sleep in a little bit.
Jim said he was hoping to shoot the shiznit tonight.
Yeah, I did say it like that. And I said it proudly. And I thought that was between us. So hopefully we'll be able to do it. But there's no engineers here.
Yeah, so we'll figure it out. But as you said,
they don't care. The audience doesn't care.
You don't think so?
No, not about us pre-taping or not. They don't give a fuck.
No. But you know what they do give a fuck about?
What?
Netflix special. That's why we're here. It comes out on Tuesday.
It does. I've been doing a lot of... I did Bill Burr already on Friday. I did...
that's cool.
Tom Arnold he's one of my favorite people alive.
So Tom Arnold, I didn't even know Tom Arnold had a podcast.
He has a podcast. It's called 100% Honest Almost. I think it's called 100% Honest. And Tom's a good talker. Like when you're a guest on his podcast, you're basically... just kind of springboarding Tom into conversation.
Well, I was going to ask you because he doesn't strike me as like an interviewer per se.
No, but he's not disinterested. Tom is just he breathes deep and he talks a lot and he's a good communicator. And he's a very interesting guy and he knows a lot about this whole Trump thing and he talked about with the tapes and what McCain has and he just says anything he wants. And he got headlines with that whole thing about having that Trump. And he told me, I'm like, do you really have that? And he goes, oh, yeah, I've heard it. I absolutely have it. I kind of believe him.
Which thing?
With Trump dropping an N-bomb, he said he's heard that tape, and he legitimately says he's absolutely.
Wow.
So, I don't know. He was very fun to do, Tom. I would love to have him on, but this might be a little early for him this week.
Well, maybe if we...
he's a really interesting guy.
Maybe if we shoot the shiznit like you said you wanted to do.
I'd love to shoot the shiznit.
He could come in later on.
I throw up the peace sign.
Why?
Shoot the shiznit and I throw up the peace sign.
That's awful.
Yeah, why? It's cool.
No, it's not cool at all.
Maybe we could try to get him if we pre-tape. Maybe he'll come in at night. I'll text him today.
But we don't say pre-tape because we don't want it to sound like it's not fresh.
You're right.
We shoot the shiznit.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot the shiznit. That's the code word for pre-tape. We're gonna shoot the shiznit.
Right.
And then we'll see what's happening.
So you did Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold, Bill Burr, Rich Eisen, and then I did Esther's podcast
Rich Eisen, that's
Saturday. Cool. Yeah, he's actually great.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, there was a couple I was going to do, but everybody, can we do that? And then just the rest of the week.
Yeah.
I wanted to stay the whole week, but we have to get back. We have Robert Klein on Thursday. I'm so happy.
Fun. Yeah, it's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
We have guests this week, too. We have Tom Papa coming in this morning in a little bit. I couldn't believe when there were a bunch of comics that were willing to come in early in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Who else do we have?
Well, it depends on what we do. If we shoot the shiznit or we do it live tomorrow.
Nice.
But Wednesday, I think we have Bert Kreischer coming in like from the start.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That'd be nice to catch Bert before he goes to bed. We've never actually had Bert before he went to bed.
Because that's what I told Roland. I was like, dude, if any of these comics want to come in at 5 o'clock in the morning with us, bring them in. That'll be ridiculous.
Yeah, because some of these guys do stay up. Like Bert lives the comic lifestyle from like 1993. Mm-hmm. Like most comedians don't stay up all night drinking anymore. Like Mark Norman, if he was out here, we could probably get at that hour comfortably. He'd roll, just fucking roll in with his fingers still smelling like a hoagie. I'm sure we could get him. Or most guys don't live that life though. Most guys, that I know are, you're not going to get Colin Quinn up at 5 a.m.
No.
He's gone to bed responsibly.
Yeah.
Rich Voss.
At an evening time.
So I'm happy we're here. I mean, I just wish there was more people in this facility. I didn't realize this was so dead.
Yeah. I mean, it is 5 a.m.
But it makes you appreciate like New York. I really do miss there when we're not there. We've never gone to D.C. We should do something in D.C. too.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. But to be, I mean, New York is not bumping at 5 o'clock in the morning.
No, but you have a couple of people that can help you.
Yeah.
Like if you needed help, a technical issue, you might have. If not Mars, then there'd be somebody there.
There's more than zero.
There's more than zero. And we're also going to, at the end of the month, we're going down to Orlando.
O-Town is what we're calling it.
I've used another letter to describe it. We're going down there there's a wrestling thing. Are we doing radio?
What do you mean a wrestling? It's WrestleMania.
Oh, it's a wrestling thing. I'm correct.
No, it's the biggest thing.
Okay. We're going down there. There's a little wrestling show, and we're going to do with a tagging and dropping and jumping. And it's funny. I think we're coming back. We're going out Thursday afternoon. We're doing Friday morning on what is it? Wrestlers Row?
No, it's called WrestleMania Radio Row.
Okay, so we'll get to talk to some cool people. It'll be fun. And then we're going to shoot back right after. What time? We'll come back in the afternoon on that Friday, which is great.
We may be on separate flights.
Why?
I'll probably shoot back more like on Monday.
But wait.
I'm going to spend the weekend in Florida.
Are you?
Yeah. Yep.
Why?
I'll probably go to the shows, I think.
Is there more than one?
Yeah.
I thought it was just WrestleMania on the Sunday.
No. There's Friday night, there's Saturday night, there's Sunday night, plus there's peripheral stuff going on during the day.
Are you going to do a lot of it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be fairly busy that weekend.
You will.
If you wanted to stay, I would say stay, but I probably won't be around to hang out with you.
Well, that makes me kind of want to stay. But you might be talking me out of leaving. Yeah, no, I'm coming back on the... so will you be there for the Monday, or are we going to have to...
On the show? I don't know.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's the end of the month. But we're doing a lot of traveling.
We are. Well, it's a big show.
And we're going to plan another live show. Where should we go? That's what we want to do. Maybe not for now, for another month or two or whatever. We want to plan another live show.
Yeah.
And we got to pick a location.
Maybe you can tweet at Jim and Sam Show.
Yeah.
And tell us if you want us in your town, and we'll figure out where we're going to go.
Maybe Philly, maybe Boston.
Yeah.
A town probably that had a strong Opie and Anthony presence to start. Let's not get greedy.
I would imagine.
We're going to Duluth. Fucking 2 people show up and it's us.
So do you like coming here and doing as much press as you're doing? Because it seems like you're doing a lot.
Yeah, today I have, after Sam and I are done, I go and I do local terrestrial radio here. And then I had a Barstool Sports interview, but that canceled because they're doing a reality show and they needed to switch my time.
Okay.
And the time they wanted me to do is I'm taping at midnight. So I like it? Yeah, I mean, it keeps you busy. It's like a little fucking, I would like to relax a little bit, but there's no time. I'm done today at like 5 p.m. LA time, and then tomorrow is very, very busy.
I guess that's good.
Yeah, it feels
that
good.
Many people that want to talk to you, it's a good thing.
Well, that many people I've guilted into talking to me.
Right.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends who are successful. That's the beauty. Like
Right.
Bill Burr did me a favor because he didn't have me, like we called him and he did like an extra one for me. Bill was great. But the comics are great. Like Rogan is fine and Carolla will have me on. And
Yeah, I was about to say that's probably more what it is. It's that many people that are stuck doing favors for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I call him in when I need to promote. And Kevin Smith. So some guys.
And then what were you doing on Thursday and Friday?
I'm coming back home.
No, what were you doing last Thursday and Friday? Because I was in New York.
Oh, Thursday I
Thursday and
did.
Friday.
I flew to Portland. I flew Wednesday night to Portland because the flights didn't work out where I could have left. And I had a live radio thing on Thursday, which tapes in front of a live audience. It's like an NPR audience, not the kids' audience.
So do you think by the end of it, were there 2 porn stars getting into a fist fight?
No, they were very good.
But a different audience.
A much different audience. This guy, I forget the guy's last name, Luke. He's a fan of our show. He's a really good interviewer. He did a 2-hour live show.
Oh, that's great.
He has a band, and he had myself, and he had some local singer who was great. And
Sandy Kane?
No,
Okay.
This was a guy who did more. John Craig, his name might have been. He was very good. He did one very funny song, which the crowd went ballistic for. And he had a YouTube. Hannah Hart, do you know her?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, she did this Your Drunk Kitchen or My Drunk Kitchen. Who I wasn't familiar, but she was very, very popular. There were a lot of her fans there. And an actress, Mara, I remember her name.
Was Mara there to find one of the audience members and see if she could get him erect?
No, she
Okay.
was promoting a book she wrote about her childhood.
Huh.
And it was a very moving story. It had cancer in it and very about, family. Very nice.
Right. Did she take her dress off?
No, she didn't. She remained clothed.
This is and this is a live radio show.
It was a live radio show, an NPR-like audience, and it's going to air next week. It tapes a week out, but it airs on over 100 stations, so it was a very good thing. And I had a nice interview with the guy. Not my crowd, though.
Yeah.
No.
Well, did they dislike you, or was it just?
I would say they didn't dislike me, but they could have gone that way. They were not there
Really?
for me at all. Yeah, it could have gone that way quickly.
What do you think would have made it go that way?
Just my natural inclination to have negative humor. It's just what
Right, just to make naughty jokes.
Not even that naughty. Yeah, I kept it very clean.
Yeah.
But they were a very nice audience.
But just to be self-deprecating and stuff like that, like they wouldn't go for that.
Or just my slant on things.
Right.
But it was not our audience.
Like, oh, you stink. Like, oh, why would he say
Why would he
that?
say what?
What's he bullying? Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand.
I'm like, the guy asked me like, he asked me because he mentioned you don't drink. And he's like, why did you quit? I'm like, well, and I was just trying to be funny. And I'm like, all right, well, when I was 18, I wound up in rehab because I tried to commit suicide. Like, I'm being silly.
Right.
And the crowd's like, oh. And I'm like, you can relax. I made it. But like, I was just joking, but they took it like, oh no, this.
Right, and we're going to have this like exploratory moment. Like Jim is going to go through some
Oh
self-exploration.
yeah, but I was just being, to me, it's who cares?
Right. Feel like a fucking melodramatic 18-year-old.
Yeah, and I said that.
Yeah.
I was like, I was a douche.
You should have just told him the stories about you throwing like shit off bridges and stuff like that.
I didn't think of it. At that point, I was like, oh, God, this could go south. But it worked out rather nicely. And then I came in Friday morning and just went right from the airport to doing stuff. So, they've kept me very busy, which is Netflix is happy.
That's a good thing.
I think, but they're great because you don't have to do all the press at once. It lives forever on Netflix.
Right.
You just do it, and then I'll do shit next week in New York. I'll do some Fox stuff. And
Although you sound like an asshole, like doing press.
when I say it lives forever, yeah, I am kind of a douche.
Well, like doing press like in August and be like, hey man, I've had a Netflix special on for 6 months. If you guys want to take a look at it, like that's like, Jim, are we really still talking about that? Did that not go well?
Well, the way it goes with them is they want you to do it. They told me I had so much stuff scheduled. They're like, you don't have to do it all now. Do some in a month or two. They're like, we have a second phase that we like to do. You can go out there and just say now streaming.
Do you have to do press?
It is contractually you're obligated to do it. Mm-hmm. But you'd be a fool not to.
Of course.
Like to have them do it, having me there, which is where I want to be, and then to go like, guys, I'm not like,
Yeah.
Like if you're Louis, you could probably send out an email blast and hit as many people as I'm going to hit doing every fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Or Louis is weird. Like they'll tolerate whatever he wants to do just to have his name on it. Louis could go like, I'm going to write a letter and mail it. And then you go, all right, fine, that's enough press.
Yeah.
It makes sense. But, for me, the fact that I'm out willing to do the press, I think they're happy with.
That's what you should do. You should do a press tour to promote your mailing list.
I
And
really
see if you can get everybody to join your mail, and then you never have to do a press tour again.
Nobody cares about my mailing list.
You don't think so?
No, I don't have a good enough online presence.
Louis C.K. is probably the only person left, and I don't know how he did it, with a legitimate mailing list. Like,
well, he's
nobody's
been doing it for a long time, too. He's had that. I think it's something he's done for a long time.
Yeah.
And people realize, especially since he got off Twitter and he got off all this other social
doesn't-
media.
That's right. He doesn't do anything else. So people are so hungry for anything from Louis C.K. If it's an email blast, like that's at least it's something new from Louis.
When he taped Horace and Pete, he told me he was doing that when we were walking to the fight way back in like December of 2015. He's like, yeah, I'm taping this thing. And he told me about it. And he goes, I'm going to keep it top secret. Mm-hmm. And at the Patrice benefit that one year that he covered for Bill when Bill's flight got canceled.
Right.
He was like, I have to go because he was like in final edit. Like that's how it was. Nobody knew he was doing it.
Right.
None of the comedians knew except for like Metzger and the guys that were in it and a couple of people he told. And then he goes, the way I'm going to do it, I'm just going to put it out and it's going to say a new episode of this. You can buy it for this. And through email. That was how he convinced Alan Alda and fucking Steve Buscemi and whoever else he had in that show to do this thing he was going to promote only through his email.
He's like the Drake of TV creators.
Dude, he went right to the fucking actors. He didn't want the publicists involved. He just called the actors. I'm doing this thing on my website. He got Alan Alda to do a fucking web series. And it wound up being a huge thing because they sold it for millions of dollars. It was such a smart move, of course.
You could do that too, but in order for you
I couldn't get Voss to do it on my website.
I was about to say, in order for you to just go straight to the performers, it would just be you, Voss, and Bobby Kelly.
I'd be lucky if I could get you to do it. You'd be like, I can't. I got him doing my wrestling podcast.
Right.
Please?
Right. Yeah. Actually, no, but you could. This is my lawyer's number. If you want to talk to my attorney, I kind of pass that stuff through him. Like.
It's amazing to me. So yeah, when you're on that level, you don't have to do this kind of press. Or Amy gets to do she'll do like Fallon. Or for me, I'm happy to be doing the podcast I'm doing. I mean, they'll hit probably a tremendous
You're doing
amount
a
of
huge podcast too. You're talking about Bill Burr and the podcast that you're doing tomorrow, and
Rogan and
Rogan, yeah.
Carolla, and thank you to Kevin Smith.
I mean those are massive.
Yeah. But the Nerd is you got to book 8 months out. Like they literally have booked 8 months out. So, but yeah, I got friends that take care of me, so it feels nice to be able to come out and do like legitimate. Thank God for podcasts.
Yeah.
Fucking thank God. Marin was willing to, but hopefully on the second, I feel bad always tapping his fucking, knocking on his door. He's a good friend, so he'll do it.
Uh-huh.
But I just couldn't do it. I couldn't guilt him into it.
It's like, how many times am I going to interview you, dude? We've gotten to the bottom of it.
Well, he'll do like 20-minute segments with me just to help me promote certain things.
Oh, that's cool.
He's a good friend, but I don't like to always call. I don't want to guilt my friends into shit.
WTF would then stand for why the fuck is Jim Norton on this show again?
Yeah, who's the failure? So I feel great. I've had a great trip. Fucking 3 nights in a row of frozen yogurt with my queen manager. The two of us sashaying in there together like an old couple.
I did get a text video on Thursday. I think it was your first day, or maybe it was later than Thursday because you were in LA, and it was you and the original Johnny Brand muffins, and you were demonstrating his inability to not April Fools.
Yeah, I didn't tweet that one because his wife would hate it so much. His wife hates
get in legit trouble.
Yeah, she can't handle when he does ad. I just did it in the car.
Yeah.
And I filmed it and we were laughing about it, but I can't tweet it because his wife will fucking kill him and she hates me. We were all going to go out to dinner and he's like, yeah, she's not feeling well, so she just bailed out.
Oh,
she's such a nice lady too, but
she knows.
She's like, ugh, enough with Jim Norton.
I'm not doing it anymore.
She can't take it.
With all his stupid characters.
Yeah, she's just fucking finished. And I have a gig to announce, which I'll announce later. The on sale is going to be, I'm finally going back out on the road, I think.
Really?
No one cares, but I'm just doing it.
People care. People want to see you. I think so.
Hope so.
That's quick. I feel like to go back on the road.
Well, it's not until whatever. I'll say. Who cares? The tickets don't go on sale until Friday.
You could build it a little bit. We could build it.
Okay, yeah, I will. I may have comedy club shows before then, but I'm finally returning to a city that I haven't been in a while.
And this is way in advance, this gig. But do you have the material now, or are you confident that you will have the material by then?
I have at least for to have a new hour. I have probably about 35 new minutes that I'm very happy with.
You have 35 minutes?
About that, at least, yeah.
It's been 3 months.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I almost feel like it should be more, but it's 35 that I'm comfortable with.
That's a lot of time in 3 months.
Yeah, but the seller's great. You go on, you work out, and you're like 15 minutes. Okay, let me do this, and then you combine them and you fucking work on it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, well, I'm happy.
Hey, Travis Dog, are you back there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How are we going to get in touch with Tom Papa? I just was thinking about that. So is Roland?
Just text him.
Is I don't have his number. You have his number?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell Tom to text you when he gets here, or I could give him the board ops number.
But the board op's busy, right?
Right, the board op / the staff of SiriusXM Los Angeles
/ engineer / security guard /
Right.
He does. I don't like that you ran out of things after / security guard.
Okay.
You fucking.
Well, there's not much to do in radio.
He's like, yeah. He's like, you guys got this from here, right?
Give me a text when you reach the building, babe.
Shut up.
That was me.
Talk texting.
Yeah.
All right, so
we'll see if he gets here.
Well, he'll get here.
We'll see.
Why wouldn't he get here?
I don't know.
He's gonna die in a car accident.
Roland says he should be there at 6:30 your time.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. That's when he's booked. I just realized that I don't think the talent person will be here by then.
No, I don't think she will either.
Yeah, so it'll just be Chris, the staff of SiriusXM LA.
Yeah, there's not even anybody to get coffee. I would do it down myself, but the fucking thing is closed. They actually make their own coffee up here at the store.
Oh, there's like
SiriusXM needs a better presence in LA.
There's like a little deli in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This place should be buzzing.
You think so?
Yeah, it's fucking Los Angeles. I mean, it's the second biggest market in the country.
You don't get a buzz in here?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't. There should be talent all over the place here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when guys refer to women as talent. Like when a pretty girl, like that's what these fucking stockbroker douches will say if there's a pretty girl. Hey, the talent's pretty good here. When they see like a pretty girl, oh, it's fucking abysmal.
That's awful.
It really is awful.
I don't think we can play the audio because I don't have a PC in front of me. But
yeah, you do. A pretty co-host. I couldn't think of anything PC.
You're right. You couldn't think of anything.
Well, I couldn't think of, something cunt. There was some. What's the best word?
Phony.
Oh, fuck. A phony cunt would have been great.
Yeah, that's right.
But it might have sounded like I was slamming you. I didn't think of that. A phony co-host would have been good. I didn't think of all of it. God damn it.
But did you see, I don't know if you saw the video, Sean Spicer was in an Apple store, and there's just and you just get this is why guys like that just have to, all the day-to-day stuff just has to go to somebody else. Because Sean Spicer he went into an Apple store to do his business, to get whatever Apple product he needed. And there's just some girl. I don't know anything about her, but she sounded, by the sound of the video, like a college-age girl.
Oh, of course.
And she's just following him around the whole time. He's just trying to buy a keyboard or whatever it is. And she's like, do you know you work for a fascist? Do you know you work for a fascist? What's going on with Russia? Do you know you work for a fascist? Are you a fascist? What's happening in Russia?
And how is he addressing her?
He's ignoring her. He's being nice to the guy the store clerk. You can tell he's really.
But is the store saying you can't hassle other people while they're in here?
Nobody's saying anything.
Yeah, I mean, I understand you have political, but if you're in a store being hassled loudly, but then again, if you're him, you shouldn't be going to the fucking Apple store.
No, you can't.
You're working for the most hated man on earth.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to listen to it?
Yes.
Can you play clips from there?
I think we'll just play it from the studio.
That is so dope to me.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, he's
dope.
doing the best he can.
Yeah, let's hear.
Adrian just ran in there, so just give us a minute.
Yeah. How's Adrian looking, by the way? He's still losing weight?
Oh, he was losing weight?
He hasn't picked up any LBs since we left, has he?
Yeesh, I don't know.
Has he? It's hard when you got a nice froyo place down the street. Oh.
Froyo. It's like the girliest,
I love a good froyo.
Froyo is my guilty pleasure. There's not even ice cream.
I ate 3 of them. 2 last night.
Just eat an ice cream.
No, there's less sugar in.
He's ready.
No 2 allergy days feel the same.
This is an advertisement.
Yeah, we don't want to hear the ad.
Yeah, that's an ad.
Why is he playing the ad?
He
So
doesn't know what he's
stupid.
doing.
Tell him to stop playing the ad.
He is so stupid.
Yeah,
go get
tell
Dizzle.
that stupid boy / lady he can fucking he can X out of that in 5 seconds.
Idiot.
Incompetent asshole.
Feel to work for a fascist? How does it feel? You have a great country. How do you have you helped with the Russia stuff? Are you a criminal as well? Have you committed treason too, just like the president?
Thank you.
Have you committed treason too? What can you tell me about Russia?
It's a great country to live in.
Yeah. What can you tell me about Russia, Mr. Secretary?
Thank you.
What can you tell me?
You know.
You know you work for a fascist, right? You work for a fascist. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about destroying our country, Sean? How do you feel about that? Do you feel good about the decisions you're making? About lying to the American people? Do you feel good about lying to the American people? Do you feel...
I get she's not screaming at him. She's a very... Somebody has to fuck her and then argue with her after.
Yeah. You can tell how uninformed she is, though.
Yeah, of course.
She's like, what's going on with the Russia thing? Mr. Secretary, the Russia thing?
You know how many times her fucking boyfriend has answered a text? Who is that? Who is that? Is that my friend? Is that your ex-girlfriend? Who is that? How does it feel to lie to somebody you're dating? How does it feel to lie to somebody you're dating?
You're so right.
Oh, boy.
Oh, what a hassle she is.
She fucking hammers you until you finally go, shut the fuck up!
Right. And then she's like, geez, the aggression on you.
I can't believe you called me that. She would do that to a guy she's dating and then wonder why he dropped a C-bomb on her.
Right. Oh, he just turned out to be a monster.
Oh, my God.
I didn't realize who I was in a relationship
All
with.
I did was ask him who he was texting. But what she leaves out is the parentheses 40 times. All I did was ask him 40 times what he was doing.
6 inches away from his face.
Yeah, she's annoying, but again, when you work for Trump and you're his mouthpiece, you kind of sign up for that.
Yeah, not only though,
And she didn't scream at him. So.
Not only do you work for Trump, you're the public face of.
Yeah, so I kind of, in a way, I want to hate her, but
I hate her, and he made a mistake because he was exposed to hateable people.
Yeah, he was. And, it's funny, my experience in the Apple store last night was just totally different. It was closing and it was lovely, and I just bought a couple of little things so I can go on Facebook Live. He should have sent somebody. He shouldn't have gone himself.
What'd you buy for you can go on Facebook
This is like
Live?
a little stand.
Oh.
But I'm just saying the Apple store is such a place of peace and comfort.
Right.
I've never seen a negative moment in the Apple store if it wasn't coming from me. The only time I've ever seen a twat in the Apple store is when I was told to wait 6 hours to have my phone fixed.
Right.
Aside from that, the Apple store is a pretty chill place.
When you see your reflection in that glass, you're like, who is that asshole?
Who's that fucking snarling asshole? My God, it's me. But that's Sean Spicer's mistake. He just wants to live a regular life. I think he wants like the whole rock star thing that comes with being in the public eye. Because there are women that wouldn't have said that. There are women he could now fuck that he couldn't have fucked before.
Yeah, he wants. He probably goes out wanting adulation because you could easily send somebody out to get whatever you need from the Apple store.
Yeah.
He just he wants to be a public figure. He wants the people at the Apple store to be like, "Oh, you're Sean Spicer."
Yeah, but that's the crowd that's going to hate your guts.
Yeah, did you hear how racist he was towards her?
Was he racist towards her?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Wait, was she black or white?
She is.
Was she Spanish or
Indian American?
Oh, no wonder he.
No, you know what?
You could hear
Now I
how
get it.
aggressive. What did he do that was so racist?
He said it's such a great country that allows you to be here. And
So
according
I'm
to
sure.
he
I'm
was
sure
not
that
talking about the First Amendment.
Yeah, there's no way that he was talking about the fact that you're allowed to film somebody and talk to them like that.
No.
He was talking about the immigration thing, right?
She said, so I watched this video over and over again, and his words were clear. Such a great country that allows you to be here. That is racism, and it is an implied threat.
It is amazing how, like, she's talking, and he's basically saying, he's probably saying that allows you to be here, meaning in the Apple store following me.
Of course.
Yeah, that just allows you to be doing
here.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
But what a child.
I am still stunned by the boldness of having my citizenship threatened on camera. I was not polite, but when does being impolite mean that I should be thrown out of the United States of America? The
No one
country I
said
was
that.
born
Talking
in.
about.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're dealing. That's the mentality you're dealing with.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, lady?
What is she talking about? Nobody said anything like that.
Exactly. Speaking to the Daily Mail about the video, she shot down claims that Spicer could have been referring to the First Amendment rights of all Americans to exercise free speech when he made the comment. She said, he's the press secretary for the President of the United States. Don't tell me what he probably meant, because he also works for this administration that has done all of these things.
See,
Like
she
what
wouldn't even
things?
consider, because, whatever gets her more attention is what is the thing she wants to take.
There's a lot of ways.
Well, why would he say that on film? I'll throw you out of the country. He just wouldn't.
To have someone who speaks for the president tell me to my face that I shouldn't be here, that is a real thing.
She sucks.
She really
she's the
does.
worst.
It's just one
I
of these-
hate her now.
She just wants a problem, and in order for her to feel like a full person, in order for her to have like an identity that really means something on this planet, she has to be one of the underclass. You know what I mean? She has to be being spoken against. Her rights have to be at odds or whatever.
Well, here's the she goes, sorry, Travis, because in order to go from the annoying bitch in the Apple store to somebody who people want to hear from, now she has something to say. My citizenship was threatened. Like before, she was just the asshole in the Apple store,
Right.
following this dope who wants to buy a keyboard,
Yeah.
and being annoying.
Yeah.
But now she's got a story to tell.
She describes herself as an eternal optimist.
Oh, wow.
She didn't sound very optimistic.
Yeah.
She sounded like
Eternally.
Paula Pessimist as far as I'm concerned.
Wow.
She didn't sound very optimistic to me.
Whoa.
Why she's not being optimistic in her synopsis of what he might have meant.
No.
She's being taken as pessimistic. The eternal optimist in her should have said he probably meant my First Amendment right to speak and be here in the Apple store filming him and being fairly irritating.
She has zero concept of self. She has no idea who she is or the effect she has on people.
Which really is the most annoying quality in a person.
Yeah.
And it's an absolute sign of stupidity.
Yeah. She also
That lack of awareness.
maybe it's something about I don't know, the crowd the Apple store brings, but there is a lack of credibility. I feel like she has the political credibility that Apple Phone 5 girl has of technology. Like she and Apple Phone 5 girl would probably have some similar viewpoints.
I'm sure they would. I mean, neither one of them could have said what the other one said.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't even mind her following him like that. Like, it's annoying, but he is the press secretary.
Well, let's see. I'm going to see if these phones work.
She said,
go ahead,
it is
Travis.
Go on
customary,
now, Trav. Comment. Go.
Okay.
It is customary to give public figures their space. However, given what Mr. Spicer and his boss are doing to this country, I do not believe they are entitled to these norms.
So what she's saying is, certain people are entitled to their space unless they go against the ideology I believe in. Okay, fine.
I don't agree with you.
I don't agree with you, so therefore. And then he basically is, because he knows he's the press secretary, so he's basically saying, that gives you the right to be here, like shooting the guy who works for the president and annoying him in public without being removed.
He just wants Apple products and some gum.
Oh my! Tell me that you Travis Jarvis,
riddle me this.
You're very familiar with the article. Does she at any point say what she has a problem with? Like what he's doing that she has a problem with? What he's doing that
doesn't she
makes
say
him a fascist?
By being a fascist and by the Russia thing. By Russia, yeah, I guess so.
She said, I woke up the day after the election in fear of what would happen to someone like me, and we've seen what happened. We've seen what happened to Indians.
What happened? You're not a criminal who's been thrown out. You're following the press secretary with a fucking camera.
She's, I don't know.
She's a winner. I woke up in a new Bugatti.
He's Bukaki.
Oh, is that what it was? Let's see. Barry in D.C.?
Barry?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Barry.
Phones work. Thank you to
it.
Chris, the screener, for doing a great job.
Chris, yeah.
The tech guy.
The tech guy. Well, he's also the call screener.
Great legs on that kid.
He's our security guard.
Yes, he is.
He's a board op.
He's our friend.
Engineer.
Yep, and our guest.
Yeah, our guest.
He's everything.
He's our coffee fetcher.
Well, I wouldn't call him that.
He's everything.
But let's just say he's our everything.
He's also the CEO of SiriusXM Los Angeles.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
But then again, he's also the first one on the list to be fired because he's the only one here.
That's true, yeah.
Welcome aboard, Barry in D.C.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Norton.
Riddle me this.
Yes, sir.
Follow that with something. Barry, just you go on with your point because Jim was just saying riddle me this without anything actually behind it.
No, I was just trying to get it going.
Okay. Mr. Norton, you said that Mr. Spicer signed up for this by virtue of his position. I disagree in all forms of that. I mean, it applies to me, it applies to you, it applies to anybody else. You know, if you are out at dinner with your friends and somebody comes up and harasses you because they don't like your comedy, I wouldn't say that you signed up for that because you're a publicly known comedian.
No, but I've signed.
He signed up for it because he's a bad comedian.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not, because I've passed off what I do as comedy. I say it air quotes. But no, here's the difference, dude. I know what you mean, but I would say the same thing about Obama or any of them. It's almost like I've signed up for a certain amount of public criticism. Like I have signed up. If I'm walking through the store, if someone goes, I saw that thing you did and I thought it was really offensive or I didn't like it. Because, dude, you know what? When people come up to me and go, hey, man, you're really funny, I've also signed up for that. So I can't accept the people going, hey, you're really funny, without saying once in a while it's going to be negative.
Yeah.
So you've signed up for public commentary, but I'm not a fucking policymaker. Like I'm not working for the president of the United States. There's a difference between entertainers and people that are legitimately making policy. Mm-hmm. And you don't sign up to be screamed at. Like when you're Sean Spicer, you don't sign up to have somebody fucking threaten you or to scream you're a cunt at you and your girlfriend or whatever. But you do sign up for someone talking to you. It's just comes with the job.
And regardless of morally, like what you think is right there, like you as Sean Spicer have to know.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is, that people are going to do that. And that's what he signed up for, in the sense that it's just going to happen.
Yeah. Barry?
All right, Barry. We'll talk to
you
later.
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
We didn't hang up on you, Barry. Barry?
I'm hanging up on him now. Let's go to Thomas in Oklahoma. What's up, Thomas? Tommy
and OK.
Tommy, can you hear me?
Hello.
All right, let's
go on now.
Hang up on him and go to Bob in Chicago. Bob?
Bob in Chi-Town.
Bob.
Uh-oh.
Phone just works for the one guy. Maybe Chris was like, coffee fetcher, huh?
Yeah,
you fucking
exactly.
asshole.
Hit
Fetch
the X.
this, you piece of shit. Hey. Chris knows. Chris is in control of everything. Did you just pass a little gas?
I certainly did.
It's not your studio. That's rude.
That's the beauty. Jason's going to walk in and fucking really know who's boss.
What's going on?
I can't wait. By the way, going to 103 across the platform off that shitty pay platform thing.
On May 4th.
May 4th.
This channel will be channel 103 across the board.
Across Sirius and XM.
I was literally, I had a lunch on Friday with somebody who's like a young...
Somebody fed Sam out of their zipper.
Lunch. Tube steak again? Well.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Scotty G down the hall.
Don't mind if I have a second helping. No, I had a lunch with a young entrepreneur, with a business person, right?
Oh.
And like just talking about stuff. And you know how embarrassing it is, like when, talking about philosophies and what he's done and all this stuff. It is so embarrassing to try to explain to him what channel the radio show is on, because anybody with any sort of business sense would realize it is impossible to promote this show.
Why did you have a business lunch? What are you doing?
I just enjoy this person's business, and so I said, "When you're in New York, let's."
What kind of business are they in?
Chat it up. Retail, online, retail marketing stuff. Yeah.
All right.
I'm all over the place, bro.
I'll say.
I'm all over the place.
Someone's got hooks in the water. Yes, sir. What's up?
Let's go to he hung up. He hung up, or we lost him, or maybe Chris hung up on him.
Chris is making very big creative calls in the next room.
Chris is actually the Scott Greenstein of Los Angeles.
Yes, he is.
And he's
with better legs.
Chris is the Scott Greenstein of Los Angeles, and also the Adrian of Los Angeles.
That's right.
So he runs the gamut.
He's the Derek of Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, he is.
Did you get any more news on Hot Dog?
No, I didn't talk to him on Thursday, Friday. I was saving him for you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. What's up, Eric?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hello.
First off, Jim, you're not a bad comedian. You're pretty damn good.
Oh, come on, Eric. What do I know? I'm giving myself the old knuckles on the chin. Thanks.
And Sam, you do great work for the WWE, by the way.
Thanks, man.
Your stuff that you guys did with Matt Serra was phenomenal.
I love Matt Serra.
I do too. I love when he's in.
We love Matt Serra.
I hope he doesn't think that when I'm teasing him, like I'm actually bullying him. Yeah.
No, please. Matt's a fucking animal. He loves it. He has fun.
Good.
Okay, now back to this nitwit following around Sean Spicer.
Yeah.
Right.
She's an absolute product of this me. I'm entitled to a trophy for participation, snowflake bullshit generation. There's no personal responsibility. Nobody is willing to take any blame for anything they do wrong. It's always somebody else's fault. It's disgusting. It needs to stop.
I know what you mean, but it's every generation thinks the younger generation are a bunch of fags.
Right.
That's the way it is.
Those goddamn hippies.
How old are you? I'm 48. How old are you, sir?
I'm 43.
Okay, so you and I understand we're from the same. We're cut from the same cloth.
So you guys are probably looking at me like, God damn that whippersnapper.
Yeah, who is she? Riddle me this.
Stop saying that.
Don't riddle me that. I don't know.
But you know, dude, our parents thought that we were little pansies. In my parents' case, they were right.
Yeah.
But every generation thinks the new generation are entitled twats. It's the way it is. The World War II generation probably thought our parents were shitty little bunch of fucking little snot-nosed hippies running around with hair under their arms for girls. We always think the next generation sucks. And when you're a politician, when you're the spokesperson for the president, you do risk people saying things to you in public. And dude, in fairness, she wasn't screaming at him. She wasn't threatening him. She was just being irritating.
No, she was being a passive-aggressive twat.
But could you imagine how many people would have been walking around yelling and screaming at a politician or somebody that worked for imagine a pro-life advocate screaming at a very liberal spokesperson. You baby kill, like that happens too.
It does.
I mean, they outside of Planned Parenthood, they have to do escorts to walk people in because protesters are screaming at other citizens making a decision they don't like.
Yeah.
So it's what we do.
I think that there is something to the theory that maybe everybody's right. And generationally, we are progressively getting shittier.
Or we're not getting shittier. It's just anytime what we like is challenged, we think it's shitty. Like, because that means I'm shittier than No, I think society's better now than it was when my parents were young.
Are you trying to tell me that
I just made a noise.
No, I remember.
I'm tired.
Yeah. Are you trying to tell me that you don't think music peaked when I was in high school? Is that what you're trying to tell me right now?
I am.
Oh, that's crazy.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
No, music didn't peak when you were in high school.
Did it coincidentally peak when you were in high school?
No.
Oh, when was
No,
it?
I was in high school when Nirvana hit, and Nirvana destroyed music.
Oh, you didn't like Nirvana?
No, they made it cool to suck at your instrument. They made it being proficient on your
First of all, you were like at the end of high school when Nirvana was at the beginning of their run.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Which means you literally are doing the thing where you're like, it started to change as you started to get out of high school, and you're like, this other stuff that I knew was cool is not cool anymore, and that's bullshit.
Well, you can't argue the fact that they made it uncool to be proficient on your instrument.
Well, I mean, look at Dave Grohl is a pretty fucking amazing drummer.
He's got amazing drummer, amazing guitarist, amazing
Nirvana
singer.
as a whole dumbed down music.
I don't necessarily. I'm not even a huge Nirvana fan. I don't agree with that. I think they were pretty refreshing.
Yeah,
and different.
I would probably say they probably had a little more to say than the fucking Crew. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No, I'm not a hair metal fan.
All right, well, it doesn't matter. I know what you're saying, dude. Thank you for the call.
You're right. Hey,
bye, mister. All right,
Thank
buddy.
you, Eric.
Take care.
I do like, though, Eric, when somebody who's got opinions that are that strong thinks that me and you are good.
Yeah.
Right? That's a good thing, right?
I don't disagree. He's got good taste in radio. But yeah, everyone thinks our generation's got it figured out. That's what people do.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, there's shitty people in every generation, and here's what happens. Like, some people can take advantage of the way things change, and some people just take shortcuts. Like, you know, this generation of people that are making money as YouTubers, that are doing this whole thing that makes no sense to the generation before them, those are the people that are like, no, those guys are on fire right now.
Yeah.
They're doing awesome. Like, those are good people. The fact that there's this other thing that goes along with it now, that YouTube is so accessible that everybody thinks they can be famous. Yeah, that's the shitty part of it. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean you can't, like, cast away the entire generation.
Yeah, some people. I hate when people like shit on YouTube stars. Like, fuck them. Like, why are they not? Some of them stink, but why? Like, why is someone like that dumb PewDiePie? I know
he's the fucking man,
but if he's talking to millions of people,
exactly.
He's doing more than a lot of television shows. Like, why is that less valid if people like it?
Right.
Than fucking what's on the CW?
Yeah. The CW
or whatever.
No, totally. John in Minnesota.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Johnny Brand muffins. Oh, sorry.
By the way, number one, there's two things. I always like when I go to wrestling shows and I find people that are crossover fans that either found out about my wrestling stuff through this show or found out about this show through the wrestling podcast, or just know of both, like both. One thing I don't like is sitting there, whether it's I'm at Madison Square Garden with film executives that I'm trying to teach about wrestling, and the same thing happens to me when I sit down to do a pre-show for WWE in front of an audience, where there's always one guy in the audience. They're like, hey Sam, Sammy Brand muffins.
Wait, you mean like?
And they go, what's Sammy Brand muffins? And there's just no rhyme or reason to it.
Do you mean like when you're doing an NPR-like thing in front of a live audience and you're wrapping up shortly and you're pulling out something and you hear Chip, Uncle Paul from the audience, and the host knows who they are, so he gets to wrapping up the segment quick because he's afraid you're going to explain them. Dude, whoever yelled that, by the way, you really made me laugh.
I saw the strangest thing I've ever seen at a wrestling show. A guy came up to me. He's with his probably 7-year-old son. And he's like, oh, we love the show. I listen to the morning show with my wife. You and Jim are killing it, blah, blah, blah. And as he's walking away, he's holding his 7-year-old son's hand. And he goes, hey, Sam, do me a favor. And I turn around. Yeah, what's that? He goes, tell Jim, more Uncle Paul. I can't get enough. And I'm like, dude, timing here. Like, wrong scenario. What's going on, John?
Yeah, I just wanted to agree with Jim that, everybody thinks that the generation after them sucks, but you got to admit, Jim, this one really sucks.
Well, this one is I don't think, and I'm not defending them, but it made me rethink certain things, because they're our generation's the first one to remember life before cell phones and before constant communication. This is like the first generation that they're born into constant 24-hour connection with everybody.
Right.
They're the first ones born into it. So it's like every single emotion is put out there and every single emotion is dealt with and known by everybody. And you would complain to your friends. Now it's public. So when you're 11, you learn that you can go out and tell everybody, and everybody weighs in. So it's a whole different dynamic than we had to deal with.
So before, you still don't learn consequences until you learn them like normally.
Yeah.
But now you can do so much more damage in advance.
You can do so much more damage in advance. And the disadvantage is all their humiliating and embarrassing moments. Catch me outside. Like, that's saved forever.
But you can also, like, all that stuff can be turned into business. Like, you can utilize that. You know, like, I remember when I was a kid, that's when, you know, you first started being able to create websites like Angel Fire and GeoCities. So I started creating little online businesses and stuff like that. So, there are a lot of people that are utilizing this technology and getting a lot more done than previously. It's these idiots that end up getting the me attention that make it seem like everybody is out there trying to do that.
Yeah, and there's a million of them. They were in my generation. They were in the generation before me. And I think that this attitude about young, fuck them, whatever, it's a way that people, none of us want to die or be final or mortal. So it's a really weird psychological thing that people do. Like, you're looking at the generation after, like, who's going to miss it? Like, I don't want to look and go, I'm going to miss quantum cell phones. Cocksucker. None of us want to die and miss the great shit that's coming.
I'm fine with it.
I doubt that it was like that in 1411, where nothing was going to change into 1511. Oh, my God, their rocks are sharper. Oh, my God, they have a thatched roof. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think now that things are changing so fast, we're even more resistant to the new generation because they're changing so fast that we realize how much great shit we're going to miss. That's how I feel, at least.
I can't wait to see what happens with the generation that's being raised now, because you're now, like you said a minute ago, that this is the kids now are the first generation that's always had communication available to them. The next generation that are like babies now is the first generation that's literally had a screen in front of them from the time they were born.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you do. Like, you put your old iPad in a big fluffy case and you just give the 2-year-old the iPad so it shuts the fuck up.
Yeah.
And they're just going to be used to that. Like, the whole idea of a screen and touch screen and not having to make eye contact with people.
Right.
Yeah. They're going to have to shrink the autism spectrum, because otherwise everybody's going to have it.
Well, the whole thing is, that's a good point. They're going to think everybody's autistic.
Exactly. Nobody's making eye contact with anybody.
The whole thing, though, with the generations, now that the young generation, the teeny baby ones that are going to be the first generation with a screen, you know who they're going to think are a bunch of fucking snowflake pussies? The generation after them that has the little chip implanted.
What's that?
What's that? Because eventually, when you're in the womb, they're going to put something in you so you can probably start learning early, or certain information can be fed to you. Now, the generation that has the screen in front of it, these little creeps, they start learning in the womb and they come out of the pussy thinking they know everything. Well, they pop right out and they start telling me my business. You were laying there in a vagina for 9 months. That's what it's going to be like. So every generation thinks that the one coming up sucks a pile of dicks.
Let's go to Nate in Vermont, who's 23.
Hey, Nate.
Okay, this is part of this generation.
Hey, guys.
Nate.
Sorry to bother you at work. Listen, I'm 23, and Jim, I totally understand what you're saying. How each generation thinks that the one below them is just a bunch of pussies. I'm in this generation, and I'm surrounded by just these fucking people who I literally cannot stand just how uninformed all of them are. Like, I really don't know much about Donald Trump or anything like that, but I don't pretend to, and I really don't pretend to care. And it's just, I'm just surrounded with people my age who just think that their opinion matters so much and that what they're doing is so important that they just forget that, sometimes just shut the fuck up about it.
But dude, when I was in high school or 21 or 20, and then people go, you're still not informed. But I wasn't informed either.
Less informed.
Well, I was a lot less informed, maybe. But now with the amount of knowledge, people can look up stuff on the president faster than I could at 23. I would talk out of my asshole when I was 23 to people, and no one could just Google something and go, hey, stupid, look at this. I could tell you that the greatest atrocities in war were committed by this country or any country, and then you could pull up and go, no, it was this country. Like, there's also a faster method of correcting stupidity now than there ever was.
Yeah, Absolutely, but then there's the whole like bias thing. Like, where can you honestly get good?
You bet I like to. Oh, bias.
Information, you know, like,
Yeah,
but where,
that's
you know,
true.
where can you get like good, reliable information that like is going to be? I mean, it's.
I'll tell you where.
Isn't it?
8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern on XM
Oh,
103
fuck yeah.
Sirius 206.
Attaboy, Sammy. Good way to
Yeah.
But where,
Thank
but
you,
dude,
Nate.
where could you ever get it? You know, growing up again, what do we have? 3 network newses. You had to listen to the network news anchors or the New York Times. Like there was never any great place to get it.
Bullshit mongerers.
Yeah, at least now you get both sides of it. You get Breitbart, you get Fox, you get CNN, you get MSNBC, you get a million places, so you can just pick it all apart. And then the stuff that kind of is reported by both, that's probably the shit that is accurate.
Hey, Joe in Boston, what's going on?
Hey, I was wondering when
Hi,
you guys
Joe.
going to stop dilly-dallying and talk about the comeback track with Nicki Minaj. Like, what the hell? You guys trying to
I
have
didn't know it.
Oh, yeah, last week.
You know what, dude?
End of last week, she came back. She clapped back.
I figured she would. I did not even. This is the first time. I've been so busy out here. There's a whole pop lock competition out here I was involved with. Dude, I didn't know. Let's not dilly-dally. I didn't know that existed.
I think we should play it for you then.
Fuck,
because
yes, we should. Give me the lyric. Travis! Oh, you're another mistake.
I've listened to it. Yeah, no, we'll play it at some point today. He doesn't need to rush right now.
Yeah, because I'm going to make it tinkle.
But yeah, you know what? I'm going to tell you. A guy stopped me at the wrestling show I was at over the weekend.
And what did he say? Hey, there's only one allowed in the stall. Push out.
He was a strong proponent of us breaking down the Nicki Minaj Remy Ma diss track that we did before.
I've gotten a lot of very funny feedback on it, but some people didn't like it, but look, dude, I'm not a rap fan either.
That's the point.
That's the fun part of it. Like, I really enjoy this because it's just such great. How is hers?
Well, I mean, I think you should be. Look,
You know what? Let me listen to it cold. I have not heard
Here's
it.
the thing. Remy came at her.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
And as we all know, Joe, would you say that Remy bodied Nicki Minaj?
I would say so, and I don't know if Nicki really came back that great.
Well, we'll have to hear it. You might be right. Thank you, Joe.
Look who's here. We're just about to head for break, but sit down as we head in that direction. Let's see if I got the right mic up. Tom Papa?
Riddle me this.
Oh, there he is.
Riddle me this. What are you doing in Los Angeles?
You know Chris.
Yeah, I've seen Chris a bunch over here in Los Angeles.
He does it. He's the employee of Sirius XM Los Angeles.
He's
he runs
amazing.
everything.
Can you fetch me some coffee? No, I'm only kidding. I brought my own.
Thank you.
Good to see you guys.
You too.
Yeah, it sucks being up. We had to get up at 4.
Oh,
I was
my
up
God,
at 4
I know.
a.m. I woke up.
I've been up since yesterday.
It's crazy.
Yeah, pulling the all-nighters.
It really felt like it was the middle of the night when my alarm went off. I was like, what? Why did I said? Oh, Jesus.
I had a pot of coffee delivered at 4, so I would make sure I'm up. And I hear and I'm like, I got my mouth guard in, and I've been. This is what I've been listening to, and I'm going to play this for you. This is the song I listened to. No.
Did you wake up to?
No, this is what I've been trying to fall asleep to.
Oh.
And it's been helping.
Babbling Brook.
That's the ocean.
That's the ocean? Oh, yeah.
That's what we put on so my 3-week-old falls asleep.
Yeah, it helps. The ocean.
Jimmy, don't. I'm tired already.
Yeah.
So I was doing that.
Such a calming influence.
And I was so tired when I woke up. I wake up every 10 seconds to pee because I'm dying of sleep apnea. So I wake up and I answer the door and I have my mouth guard in. I was so fucking... and I was humiliating.
Thanks for the coffee.
Oh, my God. Fucking asshole. I woke up, my mouth guard was in. It was before my alarm even went off.
So nice you guys are here. I can't believe you're West Coast.
Yeah.
I was so happy when I found out that you were coming in. I was
What
like,
a treat.
Roland was like, I'll try to book some guests. And I was like, we're doing shows so early.
Yeah.
And then you find out who your real friends are.
That's right. Who's desperate?
So exciting just to get up and just stroll over here.
Why are you out here? I mean, I know you live, but are you back?
I live here.
No, you're not. I think you're back in New York.
My family's here.
Oh, okay.
My children, my wife, my dog.
You like them?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but that's why I'm here.
You have an obligation to them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm here, Jimmy, because I'm in show business, and this is where it's all happening.
Are you doing anything?
No.
Me neither.
But I'm taking lots of meetings.
Right. Theoretically, things could happen.
Yeah, I was at Ralph's the other day, and I saw someone from a show that I saw one time before.
That is the fucking thing, though, in LA. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm taking some when anyone says I'm taking some meetings, that's code for I have nothing happening.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that lingo.
I'm just out here taking some meetings. Oh boy,
you have nothing. I'm gonna go out and take some meetings.
Yes.
You motherfucker! Really? The business is clamoring for you. Like, come on out. We'd love to give you a meeting. Here's what that means. I'm gonna beg to go talk to people who may have interest in me, which they probably don't because they're not asking for me to come.
My terrible agent has nothing for me, but he got me a meeting at the E Network.
You know when I knew I was out here for a meeting? Thank you very much.
Oh man, Chris is the greatest.
When I came out specifically for a meeting, and flew home the next day. That was when I took a meeting.
Right, exactly.
But that's like a real meeting. That's like, oh, Jim's got a meeting in LA. He's gonna be there for a few hours.
That's the coolest.
That's super cool.
My manager, I was going for. I changed agencies.
Yeah.
I just wanted to for a couple of reasons.
Because the other one stunk.
No, actually, he didn't. He was actually really good. It was one of those things where there's one part of the department that I wanted from this agent. You can't combine them.
Have you realized
Jimmy's got so LA.
Yeah.
Listen to that answer.
But no, I would love to bash the old one, but
So have you started to realize that the problem was the client? And that's why there wasn't that much stuff coming in?
And no, I even said that, like, you're not exactly trying to sell a great product here. But I came out to meet, before I made the decision, I just wanted to meet with the new agent who I'd heard who a lot of my friends were.
Yeah.
And I said to Jonathan, like, look, I'm flying out here to meet with you, because if I'm going to have them, I want to sit down with them. They would have met me in New York, but I didn't want to wait.
Right.
I'm like, let me just do this. Is a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So I said, let me just talk to them in person. But I said, don't say that I'm out here just for the, because it looks pathetic that I flew out to meet with the agent, but I wanted to.
Right.
Even though it's technically a responsible thing to do, you don't want to look hard up. You want to look cool.
Let them know something else is going on.
Yeah. So we're in the meeting and we're talking, and I'm talking about, and this was not even the agent. This is just a personal appearance. I'm like, yeah, I got a couple of show ideas, and Jonathan goes, yeah. Jim has this thing he does with celebrity photos. I'm like, shut up. Don't fucking say that. You don't say that to a fucking agent.
So now it's almost like the manager
asshole.
and the agent are laughing at you.
Yeah. No, Jonathan meant it genuinely. Like, Jonathan was being real. And then the agent's like, oh, this is the guy.
Oh, he has an Instagram account?
And they're like, yeah, I'm going to fly home. And Jonathan's like, yeah, Jim came out just for this. And I'm like, oh, you're 0 for 2, Jonathan.
We don't have a place to stay.
Oh, he has bad days sometimes.
He's just not selling you properly.
No, he's just, I wanted to look like I was a cool guy. I said to him, yeah, but I got a couple of, I had to jump in and go, but I had a couple of other things I'm doing. Oh, that was humiliating. She knew.
He was hoping he'd get some photos with celebrities in your lobby. What do you got coming in today?
Yeah, who do you represent? Anyone coming in?
His flight's not till 5. Is it okay if he just kind of hangs out?
Yeah, exactly. She immediately knew this nobody flew out here for this meeting.
Right.
And they took the meeting anyway. They were very...
Yeah, because I'm here, all my pals from New York come out, and I would say 90% of the time they're out here just taking some meetings.
Yeah.
You want to because you feel like you're doing nothing when you're never...
It is good. I mean, technically it's good, but only if you have something, not these general... Yeah, they said that they would meet with you.
If there's a reason to come out here and you come out here, it's responsible.
So you don't think... Because that's what happens out here a lot, is the meetings of... You guys should just get to know each other. Like, that's not a good meeting?
No, it's not.
No, okay.
No,
okay. That's not...
You could waste your whole career just having meetings.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Just like, well, I know all these people. Yeah, but they're not... They're not interested.
Yeah, I came out with specifically something in mind, and I go home as soon as it's done.
Right, exactly.
Because LA frightens me to waste away out here. It scares me if I'm not busy.
What do you mean to waste away out here?
Meaning I know that I could waste away out here if I don't have a project or whatever.
Yeah.
I get lazy out here. I go to frozen yogurt every night. Like, I don't...
It's a very easy life.
Yeah.
You can easily... In New York, you're hustling, and it's like your apartment is telling you, go out and do something.
Gotcha.
Here,
it's comfortable.
It's comfortable. You got more space. The lights go off around 8 o'clock. People are turning in because they're getting up to go jogging tomorrow.
Right.
It's you can just start cooking and hanging out and drinking wine.
It was fucking 30 degrees in New York, and I was having tea yesterday up on the roof of the hotel. And you know what I was thinking?
Oh, excuse me.
My fucking back hurts. The sun. I couldn't get a shade. It was 85.
I know. It's so beautiful.
And if you think the Frogurt is just a passing comment for Jim, that's now...
the Frogurt is a combination of what I am and the yogurt.
It's now...
Ow!
Oh, gee,
I did not.
Let me get that.
I did the foot thing on the foot.
Foot thing's on the foot.
I'm sorry.
This is my town.
I
the
kicked.
studio's falling apart.
I accidentally bumped the wood and it hit me in the shin.
This is now the probably the third time he's brought up Frogurt on the air this morning, and he's mentioned it to me twice before we got on the air.
That's so funny. When I was driving and listening to you, I thought, wow, is this a new thing? Like he's been doing this for months? It's just an LA thing?
No, yeah, he just comes to LA and he just treats himself too much.
It definitely, like, there are friends of mine from New York who you're like, I could see you living out here. You know, like, I could see it happening. You two are not.
You don't think I would do
friends
well
of yours?
No. I don't see you doing well in the sun.
Right. No,
Sam? No, not at all.
The pigmentation.
No, you're like fucking Stephen Merchant in the X-Men movie. Logan. What the fuck that character is.
It's just going from...
see it.
Oh, God damn it. There's a couple of nerds out there are applauding him.
Yeah.
He's the one who couldn't take the sun.
Ah.
On that note, we should probably take our break.
Yeah.
You know who else couldn't take the sun? Marvin Gaye Sr.
All right, we'll be back with more Jim Norton and Sam
That
Roberts.
was very good.
Thank you.
Live from Los Angeles here with Tom Papa. Stay tuned.
You're so LA.
Hit the buttons. Pot us up.
All right, welcome back.
You're not potting us up properly.
I just did.
Full house.
Everybody's potted up properly.
It feels like it's your hometown board all of a sudden. Like you've got it.
I
work the board in New York. I do a better job.
You don't. You do a terrible job.
No, I disagree. I think you do a great job.
Thank you, Jason.
He's good on the buttons.
Do you, Jason? Jason Ellis is here, along with Tom Papa. We are in the Jason Ellis studio, and when the boss wants to come in, the boss.
Right.
Thanks
for keeping me up to speed. Yeah.
This is the boss's channel.
Yeah.
And the boss said,
Hey, you guys are doing great work, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it.
He's actually here for a performance review.
He's got a fucking clipboard. Like, what are you doing? Come on the air.
Yeah, don't do a read like that ever again, Jim. Thank you.
That's the best I can do.
Very shaky.
Do you run your own board, Jason? When you run the board, do you have to make mention of every single thing that you do? Okay, I'm pushing this button. Okay, I'm going to the phone. No, you don't.
No, but that's because I do it a different way. Jim has his technique, and I think it's cute.
I like to bring people behind the fourth wall.
Right.
They feel like they're in the studio.
I feel like what you're doing is giving me more props because you're mentioning that you're going to press a button, and then people listen to my show and go, he's probably pressing a button.
Right.
Yeah, they think it's magic until I break it down for them. A lot of hard work that goes into this.
Yeah.
I do miss your sound effect.
Me too. They purposely didn't ship that with you.
Yeah, they didn't. We don't have it.
What?
Just happened to get lost at the airport.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, that's the one piece of luggage that got lost. Sorry, it's gone forever.
That's terrible. Those are so clever.
It's very unfortunate. I do enjoy them.
But I can get you those.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
the boss.
Yeah, you can.
That's true. I mean, he could just get a new one.
How happy are you we're going to 103 across the entire platform? That's so much better.
Yeah, it's about time. The thing that was annoying to me is everybody that had Sirius had to pay to listen to us. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You already pay. Now you're making them pay again.
Right.
Yeah.
And guess who they blame? They blame the boss.
Right.
Yeah, they did.
Well, especially because we had to explain it to our listeners years ago. Right,
so you've been through this.
It's been this way forever,
since 2004,
and people didn't understand it, but it just was the way it was. And then you come over on the channel, and now there's this whole sea of new listeners that are like, "What do you mean you got to pay extra?"
Yeah,
And I'm
pissed.
like, yeah.
We were on a platform, a paid platform, when we first started 2004. We had very few listeners at first. We had to really build it, and then then they finally took us off that because we would complain like they fucking people can't just stumble on us. They got to know who we are. So then they finally took us off that, and then we got put on another pay platform. We went over to Sirius. So it was the worst.
So complicated, all this radio biz.
It really is.
I remember Louis broke it down on the show how stupid it was to have the service and have to pay for one or the other.
I mean, that was the day that Louis C.K. came in, and they gave him a subscription. Like, they gave him, it was in an envelope, and they gave him a paper with the ID on it, and here's your free subscription. And he was just like, this is so stupid, and it doesn't make sense. And he just started ripping it up on the air.
They put it in my car, and they turned it on for me and said, this is how you listen to it. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's a great idea. Great device. But yeah, if you gave me a piece of paper and told me to, because they've done that for my chick before, like put this code in, and I'm like, no, you call her, you tell her what buttons to press to put the code in. I'm not doing it.
And then you realize, wait a minute, everybody that I'm trying to get to listen to my show has to do that thing that I would never do.
Yeah.
Surprised anybody's listening at all, really.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But
that's why we go to the phones, because it does confirm that we are talking to somebody. That's the only reason we go to them.
Yeah, there has to be somebody out there.
I wanted 6 lines on there for a long time ago, because we used to have 4 when I first started, and I was like, there's only 4 people listening.
Yeah.
And then when we got 6, I was like, man, we're really growing.
Yeah, you're pushing 10 at that point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I want to hear the Nicki Minaj.
Yeah,
I was obsessed with it, and I can't believe I care. I've never given a fuck about a rap battle before.
She would really fight, I think.
Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, I think Remy Ma would throw her through a wall.
Not shoot, but punch.
Yeah, Remy Ma would kill her. She's a
Remy
she
Ma
did
would
7 years in jail. She'd murder Nicki Minaj.
Just because you went to jail doesn't mean that you can win.
Well, she went to jail for stabbing a person.
Yeah, but she went for as a violent felon, and she's a big girl. Like,
how big is she?
She's stocky. Nicki Minaj is like, I think, very, very sculpted.
I was going to say, when you have ass injections, there's no way that helps you with your athleticism, right?
No,
it hinders mobility for sure.
Yeah. She's got huge tits, right?
Yeah, she's a very chesty girl.
Right, so that's not going to make you fast.
No. Yeah. Nicki
But
Minaj is not made for moving. She's made for posing.
She is catty.
Yeah.
You get in tight, you start biting.
That's true.
If you can get close, but Remy Ma seems like the type with a great left jab.
I watch a lot of fights on YouTube. A lot of African American female fights too, probably in the top 3 of my favorite fights. And if it gets to hair lock, it becomes really stalemate lame.
Yeah,
it's very rare. It's very rare that it's a good fight. It takes one of them to actually know how to throw some punches, and then usually the other one is in for a short night.
Right.
What's better though, when the hair weave comes off in a parking lot?
Oh, they all come off.
Then all of a sudden it's Bookman from Good Times standing there. You're like, oh no, what
is this? I didn't know how many people. I mean, I think it's not everybody, but a lot of black chicks have fake hair.
If you see a black chick that has like just long flowing like L'Oreal, like Beyonce hair, it's not real.
Cultural appropriation.
What? You're calling
cultural appropriation.
They're stealing that from you?
Yeah, stealing that from other girls, whoever they are.
That's our culture.
Yeah, that's our culture.
I'm a little. I don't understand the Nicki Minaj.
Well,
thing.
you're a big rap guy, right, Tom Papa?
I am.
Right.
He looks like it.
So
Tom's so uncomfortable right now. He can't even untangle his cord under his chair.
I can't.
Why don't you just lift the chair? I'll do it for you.
No, that's all right. I'll roll.
Sitting
with it.
that's weirder.
I don't want to mess with the boss's studio.
There was a Nicki Minaj got destroyed by Remy Ma.
Well, the word's not destroyed.
She was bodied.
That's right.
She was bodied.
Bodied.
Yeah. Apparently, her brother's in trouble.
Bodied.
Yeah,
what does bodied mean?
Well, it means she was bodied. She was made into a dead body through song. Right. She was murdered.
Was that good?
She was killed through a song.
Was it that good?
It was.
It was pretty brutal, and apparently Nicki Minaj's brother is on trial for perhaps fumbling with someone he shouldn't have due to age.
Yes.
Wow.
And that
That's
got
hard
mentioned.
to bounce back from that.
That got mentioned in the old rap song.
Oh.
I have to tell you, Jason, the way you look at violence through actual fights.
Yeah, through violence.
Violence through violence. I look at violence through the spoken word. You know what I mean?
Right,
That's my thing.
you're a warrior poet.
That's right. Exactly. Exactly.
I was doing slam poetry for a while. I'm good at it.
Do you have anything?
Not at the moment, no.
Kept catching some sarcasm there, Chad.
Yeah, no, but I was doing some slam
No,
poetry.
because it's weird because L.A. is a big sort of, it's a more emotional place for sure than New York, and I feel like there's at least more motivation
wait a minute.
for slam
It's
poetry.
more of an emotional place
than New York? Yeah, New York's a tougher place than L.A.
If you're a New Yorker, that's
See, I feel like it's like a shield.
What do you mean?
And if you say emotions, well, if you just your bitter emotions are East Coast and your happy emotions are in L.A.
Maybe.
You guys are angry or pretend angry or fucking fake tough and then cry when you get home.
It's just guarded. and it's because there's so much mental illness. And in New York, you're in close proximity to each other.
Yeah.
So you become guarded because you legitimately don't know who's a fucking sociopath who's going to bite you. So, you're on the train. You can't just be, friendly and locking eyes. But it's not an unfriendly thing. It's just you don't know who the fucking crazy people are.
Mental illness will never leave us illness.
I knew it.
Ooh.
Do you like that?
Is that slam
do.
poetry?
It's a little slam poetry.
We're talking about sickness and illness.
That's more
one
rap.
sentence
That
doesn't
seems more
count.
rap.
You know
That doesn't
right?
work.
No,
That
but I'm
doesn't-
adding to your slam poem.
Oh, I see. You're like haikuing
Just
on
making
top
it
of
whole food for sustenance.
That's actually really good. That one was good.
Thanks, guys.
Sustenance. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That was good.
I feel it, you know?
Yeah, I'm on the Sway show now.
I feel, Sway would go nuts for my slam poems.
Yeah. Sway, lay.
Yeah,
You know?
Sway, back and forth. Fourth what? Before the fifth? I don't know. I was first. Original man.
Deep.
That was good. We snapped.
Confidence in
Yeah, I'm
that.
good.
Snap.
I'm good. I'm using this to negotiate. When my contract's up, I'll be like, hey, look, guys, I could go and become a slam poet. You have to have something.
Yeah. I hope Netflix is listening. They realize they got a couple more specials in you, and it's not just comedy.
I hope Netflix is listening to and realizes this is who we gave a special to. This fucking zilch. Comes out tomorrow. Thank you, Sam. Good segue.
Oh, do you have your special coming out?
Coming out tomorrow.
Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah. The trailer looks very, very good.
I've heard about the trailer.
I was very happy.
Did you
with
leave any stage prowls in?
No. No, it didn't make sense where I want. I took out a couple of things that I really wanted to leave in there, but no, it wouldn't have worked.
So I want to bring you guys up to speed on what's going on between Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma.
Bring them up to speed.
You know, because otherwise you guys are going to be walking around ignorant.
Yeah, now you gotta be woke.
No, I want to. I want to wake up.
You prefer to be woke than
enlightened.
Yeah, exactly. So, Remy Ma was she bodied Nicki Minaj through song 8 minutes of just a very long diss song where all she's doing is insulting Nicki Minaj for 8 minutes straight.
Did they have a history?
They didn't care for each other.
Exactly.
Okay.
And in jail, I think that she had talked shit about Remy Ma while she was in jail. You know, it's a whole thing.
Nicki Minaj proclaimed herself to be the best lady rapper while Remy Ma was in jail.
Yeah.
And Remy Ma, being a lady rapper herself, did not.
Took umbrage with that.
That's right.
She was like, I'm still in the game.
I'm still quite a good lady rapper myself, is what.
I just happen to be detained at the moment.
Exactly.
Well, being detained makes you a better rapper straight off the bat.
I think so.
It gives you some credibility.
I mean, a lot
Cred.
of these guys pretty much live off cred. Ability.
Just cred.
I swear, man, a lot of them are just like, man, I'm so fucking high and I've been in jail for so long. And you're like, shit.
But they mumble it. They mumble it.
Yeah, because you're so high and you've been in jail for so long, you talk out of the side of your fucking head.
Right.
Fuck. If you really don't care.
That song sounds cool.
Thank you. It's got a lot of twang to it, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, man, he must be cool or she must be cool because he doesn't even care if you can hear what he's saying.
Right.
But you inspired me in a slam poem.
Did? Yeah, is that right?
because you got credibility. If you have cred, does that mean you have ability?
That's so cool.
That's good, right?
That's so cool.
You inspired me.
I gotta get out of here. This is fucking terrible.
That is so cool.
It sounded more like a Verizon commercial somehow.
Ability to what? To heal, to help. Yeah, you're inspiring me.
That's cool, man. Can you feel the energy that's flowing?
It's LA, man. This happens
it is
all
LA,
day long out here.
Yeah, they call it the left coast, but I left the east coast. So where have I left? And I've arrived.
Whoa! Has he left or has he arrived?
The emotions are buzzing through the room.
You guys might want to just stay here.
Yeah.
Shit. Boss Ellis, this studio is never going to be the same.
Oh my God.
This is some real shit going on right now.
Thank you very much. Boggle the mind. Mind is to be boggled. Boggled's a game. Game what? Of life.
Whoa!
I never saw.
I'm tired too. Wait till I'm awake.
That just blew my mind.
I never saw posters of wolf knives cry before.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I'm just getting out the emotion, being deep. That's what I do.
Some of these blades in here are getting rusty with our tears.
All right, so she's in the big house.
So, she's out now. And
right.
She's not hot, I take it.
Remy Ma?
Yeah, I don't know who she is.
She's she raps with Fat. I like Fat Joe a lot, but she's done some huge stuff with him.
Is
Lean
Remy
back
Ma
and all the
off
way
of
up.
Remy Martin?
What's that?
I thought so,
No.
but that's actually her name. It's an
She's
abbreviation.
a fan of Remington Steele.
Oh,
Good
got
old
it.
man reference. Good show.
He was great.
It actually is an abbreviation for her actual name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I thought the exact same thing until I read that on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
But Nicki, see, this happened like 2 weeks ago. This song came out.
Right.
And we were all, those of us who kind of stay in the streets, we were all sitting there going like, well, Nicki hasn't come back. She's dead. You know what I mean? She's deceased.
She's dead.
Musically.
She's squashed.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Until at the end of last week, I think on either Thursday or Friday, and I wanted to save this for Jim. Because he and I broke down the entire 8-minute Remy Ma song. It took an hour.
For an hour we talked about this. I was obsessed.
No, I caught a bit of it.
And I never cared about this shit before in my life. I never cared at all.
But you care.
I don't know why I did. I just because she mentioned
the Tupac thing too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
She mentioned the molesting brother, and I'm like, oh, that was rough. That's like roast battle shit.
Well, your brother shouldn't do that.
No, fair enough. But I don't know if he's been convicted yet, so it's still. But I like the fact that she like really hates her. When you go after family stuff like that, like you really hate the person.
So Remy Ma has since said that the real reason that she was upset with Nicki Minaj, she said it on Wendy Williams' talk show, was that like behind the scenes stuff was going on. That Nicki was trying to sabotage her career behind the scenes.
That's right. That sounds like a paranoid, drug-taking lunatic.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
That's a lot to discern from a short statement.
I just think why does somebody like that give a shit about your insignificant ass? If I'm her and I'm on top of the world, I don't care about you coming up.
She was big though. Remy was really big, and she also was like I guess considered like number 2 or whatever it works.
There's not that many lady rappers.
Yeah.
Why was Remy Ma in the big house in the first
place? She stabbed somebody.
Stabbed a woman.
For stealing from her.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
She handled it the way we do.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. In the streets.
Absolutely.
Streets, as they're
This is
known.
what you get for calling Miley Cyrus out, in my opinion.
Nicki Minaj.
Well, well, that was also mentioned.
That was addressed.
Oh yeah, really?
Oh, yeah, called out these weak targets like
'cause
Hannah
you did.
Montana.
Yeah, you picked on a lesbian hippie that's like, hey, I just want to be friends with people. What's up? What's good? Like, what's good to a fucking 12-year-old? Wow, really ballsy.
Yeah, she stinks. She should have told her to shut up. I mean, what are they going to do? You're Miley Cyrus. Was she going to beat you up backstage?
Right. No, Miley instead was just like, it's okay.
I get along with everybody.
If she really wanted to, she could have beat her up. They were backstage. So that just goes to show what a bunch of bullshit it was.
Yeah, that's a good point. She
has
probably did see her back there.
She has access to Miley Cyrus.
They were probably in the same room together.
Yeah.
But Remy would have
before
walked
or
over and
after.
put her fists up.
Stabbed her.
Oh, she'd put up her dukes.
Yeah.
She's known to put up her dukes.
I think Remy fights like a fucking like an Irish guy from 1920 with fucking one arm in front of her.
What about Azalea Banks? Do you think you like her?
She's like legit crazy.
That's what I think.
I'm dying to interview her.
Like, see,
Me too.
that's where it starts.
I saw her live.
Would you?
Yeah, I saw her live at the fucking gay awards, or gay parade. Let's all hang out and be gay or whatever. And she was on stage. I didn't know who she was, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" She was ripping.
Didn't she say Russell Crowe called her the N-word and choked her or something like
At
that?
a party, and even the guy from the Wu-Tang Clan was with her. Said no, it's not true.
For fun?
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Yeah, everybody was like, "This is not." She's making.
No, everyone
things up.
said
Because he's RZA's buddy. Like, he doesn't fucking drop N-bombs on women and strangle them.
No.
I mean, he'll do it
for fun
when you ask. But he doesn't just do it to like people he doesn't like.
No A-lister would do that at a party, no matter how fucked up you are. You just know that's the end of your career.
Right.
If you grab a woman and drop an N-bomb and throw her out of your hotel room in front of everyone, that's a bad move.
She's a maniac.
But she's legit crazy.
I like her though.
She's talented. That's usually the way it goes.
Yeah.
But she's not involved in the fight.
Not in this.
No.
battle of the lady rappers.
She's with the big beat. The big beat. Go ahead.
What?
That's her song.
No, it's a good song.
I don't disagree.
I'm hearing the rest of it in my head right now. You've just triggered it in my head.
That's how sports radio guys do it. They do double negative. I don't disagree, Mike. That's what I just did. The big beat.
With the big beat.
Yeah.
She says cunt in a song and it makes it really cool.
You like that?
That cunt's getting eaten. I really like when she says that.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny when rappers can just make words like that? Like that sounds really cool when you say it.
I like it when she uses an English accent in the rap and it works.
Right.
And that's rare because I always felt like if you didn't sound American, you should just shut up if you're going to rhyme. It's a bad idea all the way around.
You think so?
But she's got an alter ego.
French people, I don't understand what you're saying, but that works. There's a fluidity to it.
But I feel like
Australian people should shut the fuck up when it comes to rapping.
But what if people
American
said that?
people, I like it.
What if people said that about radio?
Is very good.
Who?
Iggy Azalea, isn't she?
Yeah, because she's talking American.
Yeah.
And she's and Jim. She's not
full of
good.
shit.
She's not good anymore.
She raps until the cows come home.
She's done. She's
There
done.
you go.
Is she
What do you mean?
finished? She's
She's
finished.
done?
Is she?
Oh yeah.
Why?
Yeah, she's done.
Why?
She's. I mean,
She's
yeah, because-
bodied? Are you bodying her?
Well, I think she.
She can do pop, can't she?
Not really. I mean,
Oh, wow.
She had her summer.
Has
Didn't she
has
get like butt injections? Does that make you cool again?
I think that for her, because she's white, it's not as cool to get butt
Right.
injections.
Harsh.
Did her cred
Yeah.
drop?
Her credit's
Oh,
nowhere.
I didn't know that. Show you how far to the rap game I am.
Yeah. No. She's over. She's super over right now.
I don't think so. I think she's going to come back.
Well, maybe you're right.
She's a bit of a poet herself.
She could fuck a celebrity, and that could make
And
her
mount a
come-
comeback?
Yeah, like when you
go
go
out
out with another guy and they name you the same name or whatever the douche shit
Zac Efron.
is. Yes.
Right?
No.
No.
Because he's a bit of a pussy. No disrespect to him, but he's a bit of a vag. If you
No
went
disrespect.
you got to go with like a hard motherfucker. Yeah.
Charlie Sheen. Start fucking Charlie Sheen, then they'll talk.
Because she's not scared of AIDS. That's how diesel she is. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
It's ballsy.
That's severe. So do you guys want to hear
A little bit.
Yeah.
Nicki
my
Minaj's
God,
response?
yes.
I'm going to
Now-
open up the lyrics.
Now listen, Nicki Minaj, she responded with a song that's not exactly a quote-unquote diss track. It's more like a song, like it's a radio-friendly kind of almost poppy song with rap in it.
Yeah.
And she only does one verse in it. Like it's her and then Drake and then Lil Wayne. And so
Are they all against?
no, they don't really address the controversy.
They don't.
Ew.
No. So
She just
Just
says one
Nicki
thing.
Nicki does, but just in her
In a snippet.
verse. So it's almost like it's like 2 minutes responding to 8 minutes, which already is like you can't fit.
Her part is 2 minutes, or the whole
Nicki's
song?
part is 2 minutes.
Well, that's all right. I mean, she's with some other guys. She's like, look, thanks for coming to the studio, but I have to deal with this, but I don't want to take up
How
all your
good
time.
I don't want to take away the whole song from you
Right.
guys because I want us all to be doing stuff.
Okay.
How good is
Better
that?
be good. Better be 2 minutes of just death.
You want to hear it, Jason?
Yeah.
Eat your brains.
Hold on, I'm trying to open the lyrics
That's
for Pete's
Nicki
sake.
Minaj.
Wait, you can't hear what
got
she's
it.
saying
You
when she
got it.
raps it, Jim?
Oh, I don't know.
Jim likes to read along because that's like the really cool thing to do with rap music is to read along.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Get the lyric sheet and read along.
Yeah, you're hardcore, Jim.
I am.
No,
It's
you're
like
like
using
to
the
read
manual
along.
for an Xbox game.
Exactly. Now, what does A do again?
Hold on, page 7.
Hold on now. Nicki Minaj.
Oh, you're so LA.
Yeah.
No fraud.
Holy shit. Can we hear it until he gets a lyric?
Yes.
go ahead.
Let's.
I'm joking.
Back in New York, do we have the song ready? There it is.
This is amazing. You're talking to New York like that.
Isn't that amazing? Straight from New York. It's new Nicki Minaj.
I don't need no drama when you call. I don't need no fake. Soon as I wake up, keep an eye out for the snakes, yeah. Cause I don't need no fraud.
Not a home run so
See,
far.
it's not like
Wait, she doesn't need a frog.
So far, she's saying fraud.
Oh.
Not fraud. That
She
would be
doesn't
great.
need a frog either.
Yes.
Who needs one?
Just listing things she doesn't need.
She don't need no fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ribbit.
Yeah. So far, it's very like.
Well, it's Moody. Give
I
her
don't
some-
need no
There's a
fraud.
lot of snakes. You know what I mean? Like in the game, you got to watch it. A lot of people out there trying to take what's yours. I see what she's doing.
totally
I
get
guess.
Yeah. It's tough out there. You might not know, but it's tough.
You're giving her the benefit of a doubt then.
I'm trying to. I mean, she's more established. I don't know fucking Remy Ma.
And
Yeah, but
she's
Remy Ma talked about her brother fucking a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
That's a real harsh one.
She's also rising above it. She's not desperate. She's kind of laid back, like
That's what I'm saying.
I gotta
And
swat this fly.
Something you guys should know is that Remy pointed out that when Nicki Minaj had the opportunity to bring other women into her relationship, she did not, thus pointing out the Minaj surname may be a fraud.
Well, she didn't bring any thought.
No thoughts were brought back.
Yeah, that's a rap term.
I'm sorry.
That hoe over there.
Oh.
You know.
Yep.
Oh, you already know what it is.
Of course I do.
Yeah, so she may not be one who enjoys a menage, as she's led people to believe. You understand?
Oh. Yeah.
You think that's a stretch?
I don't. I mean,
it's not her birthday.
I mean, Remy's not hot, right?
She's not like.
You keep coming back to that, Jason.
Yeah, because maybe nobody wants to fuck her.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not.
Maybe you're not in the threesome because you're a pig.
She's married. Remy Ma is married to another rapper named Papoose.
Is that a girl?
Papoose is a boy. He's a man rapper, not a lady rapper.
Papoose is something you wrap a baby in.
No, that's true.
Yes, it is.
That is, I mean, traditionally, it's also a rapper.
Okay.
From these streets.
Gotcha.
He's not that good, is he?
I mean, he's not.
I'm not familiar with his raps.
He's well respected. But he's not particularly famous,
right?
For his well, as Jim put it, for his raps.
Well, you know,
I fucking love it.
what I love about Remy Ma is she fucking was mentioning shit from Nicki's ex-boyfriend. Oh, she pulled out the fucking kitchen sink and walloped her.
Let's hear part of the. Let's
Yeah, because
hear
so
what
far
Nicki
I don't
Minaj-
need no fraud.
You don't
not
like
good.
that? Not
No,
good.
I
All
don't.
right.
I know, but you gave her a little. Give her.
All right.
She is.
She's
Nicki
gonna have
Minaj.
that.
Okay.
How many albums did you sell thing?
Right.
Because this is going to sell more than Remy.
Right.
Even
It
though
might.
Remy, if you didn't do 8 minutes, if it wasn't 8 minutes on Nicki Minaj, I wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't be hearing you tell me about Remy. So she's kind of smart, but she's also, you know,
Right.
she's kind of swinging off somebody's flaps.
She also has a new record out with Fat Joe, too. They have another record that just came out.
How relevant is Fat Joe?
Yeah.
She's put out some big ones.
Yeah, but that was fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah, he's yesterday Joe in
Lean
my
back.
eyes.
Is that right? Is that how you feel, Tom?
Oh, I disagree.
Yeah.
I've talked to Fat Joe. He's now. Fat Joe is today.
And he is all the way up.
Yeah.
That was a big song. Recently.
Okay, all right.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. So maybe not yesterday Joe as much.
All right, I apologize for that.
Okay,
Of course, you don't know that world.
Sorry,
You're swinging off
sorry,
big
Mr.
pun, if
Fats.
you ask
I
me.
don't. I'm new. I'm new to the game.
It's just good to be humble. It's good.
Right?
It's good to
I
be
feel
humble.
like you know as much as myself and Jim, so we're all in the
Oh, I know a lot more about rap. Believe me. Wait till we get to the Run DMC chatter. It's going to be.
It's not going to happen.
Do you guys listen to Future?
No, because we have none.
He sucks.
Does he?
Someone on my show told me that Future is the new Nirvana, and everybody who listened wanted to beat him up, and I was like, the guy really liked Pearl Jam, so I rest my case. He doesn't know anything.
I'm not a big fan of Pearl Jam.
Me neither.
Pearl Jam sucks.
I like their
What about
covers.
Eddie on his own though?
I like him better on his. I like his covers.
I like it when he sings with the violin guy. He had an album where he just sang with a violin.
Yitzhak Perlman.
Yo-Yo Ma?
Oh.
I don't know. I'm lying. I don't.
Charlie
like
Daniels.
You know what? I like the Temple of the Dog, where him and Chris Cornell had a band.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
like 5 songs that I liked on
That
that
was
album.
good.
Yeah.
Hey, back in New York, Pearl Jam sucks, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Travis is a big Pearl Jam fan.
Well, they've got a fucking channel. Listen to it anytime you want. I'm the boss.
Well, the boss is laying it down.
Yeah, it's
now.
not going to be here.
He's
okay?
embracing it. All right. Ooh.
Okay, all right. That's something. Hit pause.
The knife came out, and she's.
That's one line.
She's saying that you went to jail over some money, and you left your son.
Which means you're a bad mother.
Is it an insult to be called a felon if you were in the rap game, or is that
only if it's in relation to it makes you a bad mom?
Yeah, she called her a bad mother.
I think that's worse.
Yeah.
Being a felon or a bad mom?
Then your brother is fucking an underage lady.
Then you're a bad mom?
No, if my brother, man, this is so tough for me. But if you attack me because my brother had sex with an underage girl,
right?
Versus I went to jail and I'm a bad mother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more pissed at the bad mother thing that I went to jail because
that's a direct attack on you.
Yeah, because my brother's a fucking idiot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You knew that.
I'm a bad mother.
Right.
That's the one that kills me the most. And so far, I would have to say this flow is pretty good for her. It's pretty good.
It's a little general though, right?
A little general, and I got to be honest. The brother fucking no one in rap talks about pedophilia. No one. They don't fucking allude to it. Black crowds don't like it from comedian. Like they don't fuck with it. So when someone calls you out for something, anything to do with pedophilia, that's an atomic bomb.
Are we talking baby or like a
12-year-old?
12-month-old.
No, 12-year-old.
Oh,
a 12-month-old.
I didn't read the whole.
Wow.
I didn't read the whole
I
thing.
saw 12 and I was disgusted.
Makes it huge, Jim. I know it's
I
terrible.
saw 12 and left the room.
To me, a kid is a kid is a kid.
Yeah. Atta boy.
No, that's not what I was getting at.
So yeah,
she does sound a little kind of protected, a little elevated, a little rich. Like she's
right. Yeah,
not a street. She's
put your wrists up. Who cares?
Yeah,
but so far we're at she has her husband is her ghostwriter.
Yeah, that hurts.
And she's a bad mom.
So she said she's a bad parent and not talented.
And and Poo Poo writes your lyrics.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Okay.
All right, let's get back to it.
What type of bum bitch shoot a friend over a rack? Oh, she shot her.
Okay,
I'm
hit
confused.
pause.
Can we stop
hit
for a
pause.
second? I'm
Yeah.
so confused.
So here's where we're at now.
She's got more albums. I knew that was going to
Apparently she had surgery.
She called her Shanae.
What does that mean?
From the hit sitcom Martin. Martin Lawrence is Martin.
Oh, she looks like Shanae.
Shanae was the female character that Martin
You're right,
Lawrence
she's not
played.
hot.
Right. So and then she said, "I've got before and after photos of your plastic surgery."
Oh, and you're still not hot.
Exactly, and that's the difference because Nicki Minaj obviously before and after, but now
pretty
better doctor.
Right. And now she's hot, and she's saying there's before and after photos, and you're still not hot, so you wasted your money.
That's a little pro healthcare rap.
Exactly.
And you're a bad mother. Did I mention that?
And also you're a bad mom.
Yeah.
And the plastic surgery.
That
didn't
one's
help.
resonating with me the most. Sam.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, you got kids. You know what it's
I
like.
might punch her in the face if I see her.
For being a bad mom?
No, for saying that the other one's a bad mom. That's some fucking brutal stuff right there.
Oh, you think Nicki Minaj crossed a line?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Let's get back to Nicki Minaj.
So wait,
then. Oh, go ahead.
She
Tom Papa.
shot that she was in jail because she shot someone.
I think she shot her. We were debating that. I believe it was a shot.
Right.
I think
over a rap lyric.
No, over money. The girl stole money from her. She said over a stack. I mean, I'm guessing meaning money.
Stacks of cash.
Sorry. Yeah, I got stacks.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I wish you were Stacks from Goodfellas.
He died.
He got shot.
Adrian
Why would you say that? Why would you come all the way across country to say that?
I don't know. You said Stacks. I didn't plan on it. I just wanted to see you in your underpants shot by Carbone.
All right, I get it.
What did Adrian say, Travis?
That she shot her over $1,000.
Well, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a
whack.
decent stack.
Yeah, it sure is.
That's a stack.
That's $1,000 7 years ago.
That's
so
right.
that's
And
That's
And if
1,200
it's
today.
ones, it's a large stack.
if you don't shoot her, then someone else might take another stack off you because that's how it works.
right.
They see you're weak.
Yeah,
Gotta put your foot down.
yeah, they'll know. Don't take stacks from Remy
Exactly.
Right.
She shoots people for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
unless you want to get shot.
Right. And don't bring up those before and after photos of their plastic surgery either.
You don't want to be her plastic surgeon or her son.
Yeah, that's right.
That $1,000 could have put.
She treats them both
changed
poorly.
her doctor.
Yeah.
She could have got a better doctor if she had that stack.
She should have robbed the person for the stack before the plastic
That
surgery.
stack could have got some mad fucking drugs that you could have doubled your money on as well.
I know
about that.
you're not rapping right now, but that sounded pretty good.
I'm from the streets of Australia.
That sounds like an economist rap, though. Like, here's the best business section.
Yeah.
Double your money if you invest wisely in drugs.
Then if you get a few more stacks, you want to invest it in a house because those are going up, I hear.
Yeah.
Or an index.
From the streets of Australia, his rhymes will never fail you.
Come on.
I never had a rap lyric make me want to take my clothes off for some reason and run out of the building.
Then let me give you one. Let me give you one that does big black dicks. See? Makes you want to take your clothes off.
He just said you want to have sex with men that have big black dicks. Of all the...
Now I know how Remy Martin feels.
All right, let's go back to Nikki's response. Like, nah, like, nah. Like, you still look like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of
awful.
Bad songwriting, Petey.
What is she
Weak
fucking
songwriting.
jot that down in the cab on the way over? Fucking, I could have done better than
I
that.
agree. Nah, I mean, what about you? Look, you know what I mean, like a fucking hideous pig, right? We make that rhyme.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hideous pig.
With
Once
a
you get
wig,
a new wig.
something
Yeah,
wig.
Yeah, you look like a pig in a wig.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You're
My brother
hideous.
wouldn't have fucked you even if you were 10. You know, something like that.
That is how you win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have won.
Yeah.
That was bad songwriting.
That was not good.
That's the end of the verse.
You look like
that
a
it?
nah. That's it. That's her whole big thing.
That's
Oh
it.
man,
That's terrible.
So in the rap game, when you put out
Millennials.
something weak like that, are you Nikki?
Well, how's the community responding?
I listened to some hip-hop radio to find out.
Oh, you
I
did?
needed to get to the bottom of it.
Sure.
Right? Because I like to have an informed opinion.
Absolutely.
This is why your show is so good.
Well, I listened to because the New York hip-hop stations went crazy over these songs.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, like, I listened to the local New York channels just to figure out.
97.1.
That's
Right, NYC,
known as Hot 97 in most circles. They
Just
don't
give it. I'd like to give
go
a call.
by
It's me.
Yeah.
NPR,
Yeah. No,
Yep.
I don't know if that's
NPR in the house.
107.5 WBLS.
No, that's
This
more
American Life.
R&B and gospel than just black music. It's not the same
All
as
right.
hip hop.
Well, it used to be hip hop.
Gospel.
Yeah. No, they're really there was a huge disappointment throughout the community in Nicki Minaj's response.
Wait, so are people saying that Nicki Minaj equaled the devastating level?
No, they're saying it was quite diminished. There were diminished returns is what they're saying.
Does that mean she has to make another one, or that she just won it? Because just because you win doesn't mean you win. You know?
Right. Yeah, I think they're looking at it and saying, well, Remy Ma won this one, and then Nicki Minaj is going to go back to making much more money than her.
Yeah,
so it's like, okay.
She will, but that was a bad response.
Yeah.
And you look
does
like
Remy-
nah.
Yeah,
That's the final response.
You look like,
Nah.
She was fucking bringing up her boyfriends and all this stuff, and she said she's got text messages and photos.
Right.
Oh,
Yo, put them out.
Right.
well,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
believe you.
Let me see him.
Yeah.
I don't think you do.
Yeah.
Oh, do you? Because I don't think you do.
Yeah, do it, and then I'll sue you. Put you
Yeah.
back in jail again.
You know all the tricks.
I do.
that's right.
You got to be you know what you should be, Jason Ellis, is a hip hop advisor.
Hip hop boss.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, I'm okay.
Cupcake
You
boss.
think so?
Yeah, they seem very stressed about things all the time. I'm, I had that era. It wasn't hip hop, but I had that thing where I was like, I'll fuck you up. And then I got really motivated about fucking people up. And I'm like, it's exhausting.
Right.
I don't want to hang out with somebody that, like, give them advice on how to fuck somebody up. Because all I'm going to say is, you should probably just move on.
That's
You know? Just let it go.
Don't carry that way.
Why don't you just do you and just be the best you that you can be? Isn't that the best revenge?
Or something. I mean, turn your phone off.
You don't need to be fighting and boning. Just go home and take a melatonin.
What?
Oh, you can't do melatonin.
Melatonin?
It's a mellow joke, relaxed joke.
It's I mean, people wouldn't even know what melatonin was.
It's a West Coast rap.
Maybe it is. I don't know. That's an older gentleman's rap.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's for,
older gentleman. OG.
A more cultured audience.
Yeah, a lot of folks might not be enjoying my raps, but I'm sure enjoying
OG
them.
rap.
You are?
Yeah.
Well, it's because there's not enough hip hop that has melatonin references in
There's
it.
none.
It's smart. It's like common. It's like more like it's poetic.
Like you listen to that and you relate to it. You're like, oh, I've had melatonin before.
Yeah, I get that.
I see.
Absolutely.
I haven't had it, but I've thought of it as an option, but then never took it.
But you know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do take melatonin sometimes.
You do?
Do you?
I do, yeah.
With your
You don't sleep.
apnea?
Yeah, it helps me sleep.
You don't sleep good, huh?
Horrible.
He's a horrible sleeper.
What's up with that?
I've never been a good sleeper. I can't fall asleep.
He has apnea.
I have apnea, so I can't
What
stay
does that
asleep.
mean? You snore or some shit?
I choke on my tongue, and my brain doesn't send the signal. I'm gonna bomb. My whole my body wants me dead.
Your brain is sending the exact signal that we all want it to.
Do you not breathe? But I might pass away.
Yeah. See that big pink thing in your mouth? Yeah, try to swallow it whole.
Oh wow, I've said that many times.
Is it easier that you're not fat?
Huh?
You're not fat. You're like healthy now. Is it easier?
No, because it's usually it's not about. For
Got
me,
nothing
it
to do
wasn't.
with that?
For me, it wasn't a weight one. No,
Do you still wear the mask?
I never wore the mask. I can't get used to it. I wear a mouth guard.
Okay.
Wait, but the mask would help?
It probably would save my life. Yeah.
Why do you wear the fucking mask?
I'm too claustrophobic.
What about those weird tank things? Would that help?
What kind of a tank?
They
Like an
got
army
those-
tank?
No, yeah.
Well, if it ran me over.
What about sleeping in an army tank?
Yes.
That would be very relaxing because you know that nobody could get to you. If you died, it wouldn't matter. You would just get to live in that tank as a mummy.
You'd be fine.
I want to live in a tank.
No, there's like
It'd be
those-
so cool to live in
the
a tank.
hyperbaric chamber things or whatever.
Nah, it wouldn't do it.
Doesn't do it. Okay.
No.
Float.
You'd have to bring it into your house anyway, right?
Yeah, but melatonin makes me doze off though. Like
What
it
about
helps you.
meditation? If you do transcendental meditation, you go into a deep thing that is more relaxing than it's the same rest thing as a deep sleep pattern, and that if you did that for 2 times a day, then that would add up to sleep that you're not getting.
I've never considered that. That might work.
Transcendental meditation.
You
They
do
got a
TM?
phone number you can go and they teach you how to do it. But it takes
Do you do it?
You do it?
Yeah.
Does it really make you
I've
relaxed?
been doing it since college.
Since college?
Not twice a day, once a day.
How long do you do it for?
20 minutes.
So how do you get into it in college? Because you hear very successful people that do it. So I get when people are like trying to add it to their repertoire, but I'm always curious about people.
There's a bunch of successful people that do fucking cocaine off tits as well.
That's
a good point.
Just because you heard it. I do Schwarzenegger, I do transcendental. Fuck it, that doesn't mean anything. He's also done blow off people's asses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But both things seem good to me.
You also injected steroids. Did many things. I should have put a joke there, but I didn't want to. I just wanted to bomb and wreck the vibe.
Too much fun in here.
Yeah, exactly.
Throw some facts.
That is good advice for Jimmy, though. You're right, because it'll restore you. If your sleep's going to stay messed up.
Don't you feel tired after you're done meditating? I'd be wanting to just fuck.
You have more energy. It'll add.
good luck.
It'll add 3 hours of energy to your day.
How did you get into it in college?
I came in through like a hippie pot smoking angle.
Oh, so
kids were just like getting into it and meditating and that kind of thing, crystals and that kind of stuff.
So it's a cult.
That's the thing that I first started reading about and getting into it.
I hate fucking crystals. When someone's like, I have healing crystals. No, you don't.
No, that's true. I'm with
It's
you.
a lot.
You have a bag of rocks, asshole.
Yeah. If you like bags of rocks, that's cool.
Hey,
I don't think that's going to fix you or nothing. But
It's not
some
magic.
fucking new age idiot. I'm laying there with a half a heart on. Let me put a crystal on your chest. How about you don't?
Exactly.
How about you put a mouth on my dick? That'd be better.
You think that'd be more relaxing?
Much more
It does
relaxing.
make you feel way better.
Yeah.
Because I've had that, like a rock on my back, and then I've had like a hand job or a blow job from the massage person.
Yeah.
Blowjob's better?
It's like a drastic change immediately. You're like, fuck, someone's blowing me.
Yeah.
This is great.
That rock, you're like, are they putting a rock on me?
Yeah, this is awful.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody's front walk. Just the rock. Oof. I'm tired.
You're like somebody's front wall.
I almost said front steps, but then I'm like, that doesn't work.
Well, the journey was not worth the destination.
It sure wasn't.
This is no joke.
Destination
though.
wasn't worth the journey.
This is a great solution for you.
Thank you.
It really is.
He's shining it though.
Transcendental meditation.
He's totally resisting.
Yeah.
But
No, I'm not. I might try it.
it really because
It really helps.
I'm
you're
busy.
You can't replace your sleep. You're not going to.
I have replaced my sleep.
You have
with sexting.
With one-handed texting because the other is busy.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I will try that.
Once you do the program, it's pretty easy.
All right, is it okay? So you
then
can
you can do it. You can rap. You can get it going whenever you want. You can do it even when there's noise.
Even when you
and you get good at it.
You can be on an airplane doing it.
Yeah.
You could do really.
Yes.
Could you sleep after it if you wanted to?
Yeah. If you're worn out, you can sleep right after it.
I
And
itch
they
so much.
recommend that too.
I itch, dude. I'm laying there and all of a sudden I have an itch. I'm the worst. My body is just always antsy.
If you did meditation and then you got tired and had a nap sitting up, could you eat your tongue then? Do you have to put a mouth guard in every time you pass out?
You're supposed to. I mean, my tongue just goes. I think I have a small throat.
Do you wear it when you if you're flying and you're tired? If you're sleeping on a plane, do you put your mouth guard in?
No, I can't. I could. I don't sleep on planes though. I literally just lay there wide awake.
Really?
It's horrible.
Did you ever drink a whole bunch of breast milk and then take a big shit?
Wow.
Whoa. That seems
New
very
angle.
specific.
Well, that's what works for babies.
Drink some breast milk and take
And
a
babies,
great big shit.
yeah, babies have a lot of trouble sleeping.
If you drive them around in the car, they go to sleep too.
Right, Jim. Maybe you need a chauffeur, some breast milk, and then take a big shit.
I like that. Yeah, I do.
And you just get rocked in the back seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women like it when you're sucking their tits and you hold it like a baby. It taps into something.
Do they?
Yeah. Cup a titty with both hands and watch how fast they get wet.
Yeah. But that's all.
Could be the creepiest thing I've ever said.
It's actually creepier than your rap lyrics.
I was contemplating doing it when I got home. I was like, really? Does that work?
Travis, I think that we were quiet when Jim was saying that, so that might be our next Big 7 promo.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
So melatonin was put into the rap.
Yes. So her response is not good.
No, I
not.
don't think so.
But is the rap community as a whole going? That was weak.
Yeah, are they?
Yeah, they've been like, yeah, okay, well, that war is that battle is over, and Remy Ma won.
And does this elevate Remy Ma?
It definitely does.
It does.
You know what Remy Ma did? Wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this.
Can't wait.
You talk about being a showman. I don't know what's a version of a showman for a lady.
It's called a playa.
Yeah.
Okay, a playa.
A show person.
Oh, okay, cool. You talk about being a playa. Is that cool?
That's good.
Thanks. She showed up on Wendy Williams' talk show.
Oh.
And she was dressed in all black. And she said, well, I'm dressed
for a funeral?
For Nicki Minaj's funeral.
Man.
And then you know what she said? She said, I don't really want to talk about Nicki Minaj anymore because my family always told me don't speak ill of the dead.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh.
How did Wendy react?
So like this, like me, like she put her arms up and she was like, oh, shit.
But then she put out a second one. It wasn't as good. She didn't need to do that.
But still.
Well, she's rolling in it. She's loving she's living off Nicki Minaj's like death.
This is what you got to do. You got to pick someone bigger than you, right?
Right.
You attack them, and it elevates you a little bit.
It does.
Yeah. You're not supposed to fight back though.
You're not because
if you're
you got to
bigger
punch
than
up.
her,
No, punch it down.
You
punch
don't
up.
You just go. I don't fucking care about you, you idiot.
Right, and somebody would go up to you and say, "Hey, what do you think of this rap?" Blah blah blah, and you'd be like, "Who the fuck is Remy Ma? I've never even heard of her."
Or you could just say, "Wait, who's that?"
That's Remy Ma.
Let me see.
Did you just Google Remy Ma on your phone?
Because I was so curious.
Was it in your contact
before? She was in my contacts.
Yeah. I like her.
Yeah, you're starting to change your tune a little bit.
Yeah, I'd definitely bang her.
Was Remy's?
I'd bang her more.
A better song, just like musically.
I mean,
was it more fun? This was very dark. Nicki went very.
It was more of strictly a diss record. Its intention was to disrespect the subject.
Yeah, it was meant to humiliate, not resuscitate.
That's actually really good.
Thanks.
That's actually really well thought out.
Just thought of it.
Yeah, that's good.
I like her now.
You know what you should do?
Fuck her.
Well, maybe. Maybe you could try.
I could.
Because
she said she's married.
She's married to Papoose.
So she's not into swinging, or she is into swinging?
I don't think she is.
Oh, then I don't care about her.
Yeah. You get her to fight it in Ellis Mania because it's like after this thing wears out, she's going to need a gig.
Yeah, no, Ellis Mania is for people that fight in a friendly way.
Oh, yeah,
I don't want like stabbings. It's at the Hard Rock in Vegas. I don't want to be responsible for anybody else's injuries outside of Ellis Mania.
It is a bad idea.
No gunplay at that event.
Yeah, Ellis Mania, we fight,
right?
But we're all friends. It's very Fight Club.
Right,
but
right.
Everyone's pretty ugly though. That's the only difference.
Oh.
But we all fight and then we all hug it out and we're all friends with each other.
Who do you fight at Ellis Mania?
Everybody.
He fought Shane Carwin.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
He had one arm.
I got knocked out.
How hard does he hit? It's amazing that you've been hit by Shane Carwin.
Yeah, no, really hard. I mean, as far as I don't remember the one that got the good one, but I got caught with a jab at the very start, and I saw it coming, and I just went to slip, and his hand so big that it skimmed the top of my head, and I just fell over. I didn't mean to.
And he wasn't putting every single ounce of strength.
I don't think so. I mean, to me, the biggest thing was when we were up close trying to shrug him off. He just doesn't. It reminds me of the way that I explain it is I don't know if you've ever had a friend that's like put his car next to your leg and just sort of hit you with his car, not run you over, just touch you with the car.
Right.
And you think fuck you, I'll just stand there, but then you realize the car is like far heavier and it's going to break your leg if you don't move. That's what it was like with him. Like I would try to push him and it was like a car.
Right, and you're like, oh no, this isn't even a person.
And he was very serious too. That was the other. He really freaked me out. I thought we were playing. We had lunch that day, and I had a bunch of girls there, and we were all talking about how he had penis fingers, and he thought it was great because you know, I mean, all the girls probably thought that he had a huge penis, and we were all friends and buddies. We were going to put on a great show, and then when I got in the ring, he was not fucking around at all.
Jeez.
And he was very serious. And then once he wore me out a little bit, the one that he hit me with, he didn't put everything into it, but I didn't see it. So it really did kind of knock me out.
I saw Brock Lesnar beat a guy in about 40 seconds yesterday.
Oh, we went to the wrestling
WWE.
Did he
Madison Square Garden?
Not Goldberg though, right?
It was that's WrestleMania.
All right, Goldberg beat him, right?
Goldberg beat him, but Brock Lesnar's got the rematch with the title on the line this time.
Oh, they wrote that in for him so he can get his belt back.
Like, I don't know why you have to go there.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh, so you never know who's going to win this.
Yeah.
Right.
Title's up for grabs.
The title is up for grabs, and Brock
Lesnar's going to get another shot at Goldberg.
His
arch nemesis, who has never beaten Goldberg.
He has never beaten Goldberg.
Always beats Brock.
Always.
Maybe this time things will be different.
Because now,
who knows?
Right, exactly. And now Goldberg is the champion, so there's more on the line.
We have to break.
50. It's like Remy Ma.
Sorry, Travis, if you don't break, there's 8 minutes of show left.
Well, then let's break and wrap it up when we get back.
Nice text, Travis.
We should put in a plug for Jimmy's special.
Well, Netflix special coming out tomorrow, and I also have to plug that I am doing the Borgata Hotel. I haven't been there in a couple of years.
Ooh.
Saturday, August 5th. 2 shows in the Music Box, 7 and 10 p.m. Tickets are on sale this coming Friday. I always sell out there. So,
and did my new special just get released on Hulu and Amazon?
Did it?
Is that what happened?
Human Mule. Did that just happen?
Oh, I guess that just happened.
Well, you're right.
Very good, Tom.
Human Mule?
Human
I love
Mule.
it.
That's cool. It's good that you listed your favorite snack food. Can't get a cock.
Mule is slang for penis.
Oh.
Which is unkind of Jim to...
He called you gay.
I think that's the second time.
It is.
And both times came after the death wish.
Jeez. He called you gay. That's such a fucking juvenile insult. You're gay.
Well, you did it around the back door. You still did it.
So watch Tom Papa's special on Hulu or on Amazon. Of course, Jason Ellis comes on after us.
Yes.
And we'll be right back after this.